Greetings and salutations, Dodo fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Lads Season 10 Playoff Extravaganza action. It's a Losers Bracket Elimination BO3, and I am joined tonight by a very special guest. It's two-time Lads champion, long-time captain, and Lads Avon himself, BullJaXX. How are you this fine evening?
I'm wonderful, Badger. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, it's one of those things, no matter how long you cast, you still get that adrenaline rush. At least I get the adrenaline rush whenever I cast. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Same. Especially with playoff games. Playoff games are always a different animal, at least for my team environments.
I remember when I was playing, it was it was a lot of stress for the playoff series that we got beaten by Polar Acid, but sometimes sometimes you just face a top four team and losers round one. What can you do sometimes? What we do have on our hands is two teams that are currently looking for a top 6 spot. This is losers top 8, correct?
I believe so, yes. This is the last match that needs to be played for this round.
All right.
They're flying through this draft.
It is Moozy versus Moozy's Crying taking on Toilet Jork. Toilet Jork again. They just snuck into the playoffs. They barely got on in there, and so far they've had a big upset in playoffs to even get to this point. So, they're trying to turn around a season that initially went very poorly for them into what could be a Cinderella playoff run. Then if your Moozy is crying again, they started losers as well, and they're now here to stick it to the Vladmans. They call us corrupt all season. Perhaps correct, but it's still the banner they go under this season.
A wee bit, Moozy's Crying did take out the Team Booster revamped. So that was my personal pick to win Lads. So this team is definitely no joke. Definitely has a lot of feet to bring.
Looking over at the heroes here again, it's relatively expectable things. Look at these heroes being banned: Visage, Undying, Ember Spirit, Wyvern, first phase bans, all top tier heroes currently. 5-pick Enigma, a hero that both teams like, but especially this Moozy team has loved to pick this season. 6-7 Rubik DP, 8 Shaker. So a lot of team fighters here we're now in this second phase of bans already.
It's crazy already, yeah. This Death Prophet hero, I thought it was really bad after I saw the changes and the newsfeed changes and whatnot. But it doesn't seem so terrible. Especially when it peaks at level 7, you can just kind of use that timing with your 10-minute catapults and whatnot. Take all your tier 1s and so much map control. It really catapults you into a winning state as long as you can use it properly. Obviously, we are Rubik fans, but Rubik isn't the best laner per se. But they did pick Earthshaker into Rubik, which is a little questionable. I don't really. That's definitely not something I would ever pick into Rubik. Kind of giving away Fissure. Like, this is a dream Rubik game.
And at a certain point, Rubik can't steal all the spells at once. Like, even if he's stealing Black Hole, he can't also steal Fissure. So true. I guess he can with the Ags now, but we end up getting
a strat where you just pick 5 good ultimates where Rubik can't steal all 5, so you just counter him that way.
Well, I'd say we have a Primal Beast on our hands, though. That is a Primal Beast selection.
This here is pretty strong. I don't know if you've seen it in your pubs yet, or if anybody's kind of run it.
I don't play pubs.
Or if you've seen it at all. But
I've casted it. Yeah, I've casted it.
Yeah, it can go 2, 3, 4. I see some experimentation with 5, but it's really not a thing so far. But I see it mostly in the 3 and the 4 role.
I'd like to add, I saw with Breezy R when we casted the other night, and he was talking about the Primal Beast mid, so the fact that this hero could be played in so many different roles and so many different styles. Obviously he excels in the long lane with the trample, but you have the ability to play it anywhere, and that's part of the power right there. Speaking of heroes who can play anywhere, it's Dawnbreaker, the tried and tested 7.31 classic, one of the absolute top heroes of the last patch, and, well, got nerfed twice, still here.
The nerfs were so insignificant too. They made it seem like it was so big, but no one cares about the cast range level 1 anyway. I'm surprised Dawnbreaker made it this far in the patch. Pulling with a Monkey King pick, it's pretty good in lane against the Primal Beast. They probably should just shove it to pause. They can't shove it to pause 4. It has to be in a core roll because of the Rubik, right? I guess they can do DP 5. Flesh Canoe is definitely the kind of player to run a Primal Beast 5. Like, I don't think it's very good against the Enigma lane because you're going to be super XP starved because you're going to really need to give your core the XP. So I don't think it would be good, but I think he'll definitely run it.
He's a man known for his odd hero selections, as you mentioned. And we might even see something even more shocking potentially. I mean, this Toilet Jork team has drafted in almost a number of different styles this season, let alone the odd hero picks. People almost like switched up their drafting styles multiple times this season, so you never know exactly what you're going to get with this team anymore. I'm not sure if the actually. Did you know the math on Monkey King with Jingu man fighting Primal Beast versus Trample?
No clue.
I feel like the Trample's probably more damage than the Jingu lifesteal.
Uh, Without the stun, probably, but with the stun, I mean, it's hard to hit the stun though. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like Primal Beast probably owns Monkey King. He also breaks trees with his trample.
Mm-hmm.
Does he break trees with his first spell? What's the first spell called? The charge?
Onslaught?
What's this? Onslaught. Does he break spells? Yeah.
Onslaught, Trample, Uproar, Pulverize, correct? In that order?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, cool. I'm still learning it.
Lifestealer into Monkey King Enigma. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Badger. I hate both of these drafts.
You know what? I'll defend the Lifestealer pick. I think it's very good this game. Obviously, it's not a hero you want to ideally man fight into the MK. It's a hero who certainly will struggle into the black hole. But I think just given the concept you have here, you have this heavy brawling style. Say it's DP mid, probably Beast 3. You want a hero who can pair timing wise well with that. I think like an Armlet Deso Lifestealer will be very, very online then. He's a hero who can just run down the Dawnbreaker of the team fights. He's a hero that can, if reacting in time, can dodge out everything of Earthshaker. Dodge the Boundless Strike Stone. I'm a fan of the pick, actually. I'll defend it.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. I can definitely see the timings. But it's just it's definitely a harder to execute hero until the timings. It could do fine in lane. When I see an Enigma, the first thing I always look for is some way to clear the Eidolons in lane, because that's the best way to get your XP back. Is just killing like 2 or 3, or even like if you get to like 6 or 8, you're pretty solid on all your XP getting back.
That's easier said than done with a lot of carries, though. I mean, there's a handful of carries you could do, but a lot of them are not necessarily hugely in vogue right now. Like, say, for example, here, like Dusa can use the Mystic Tank to do that, but again, we're not seeing that much Deuce this patch, and I think like Deuce would probably be too slow this game.
I agree. It is probably Death Prophet 5 at this point, or some sort, or Primal 5. I'm not really sure, but
I think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but it feels like we're going to see last pick 5 here.
We do it on my team. I last picked 2 times already in the past like 3 games. It could have happened.
You're a 5 player, last picking your own hero. Flesh can use a 5 player, maybe he last pick his own hero. Selfish 5 players.
Hey, you win the game, it doesn't even matter. That Shadow didn't even pick the 10 to win the game.
It was a very good shot. I mean, that's actually not even the worst pick here. Shout out even for the radio. It would not be that bad.
It'd actually be pretty good. A good save against them, a purge against the Monkey King. Did you get Winter Wyvern? I think it's probably the best pick for them.
Wyvern's banned.
Oh, is it? Oh, never mind.
I would have brought up Wyvern, trust me. That would have been perfect, but it's banned already. Both teams think it will be a mid, though. There's a lot of mids being banned out. And again, Queen of Pain, with the changes in the patch against DP, probably would have a fairly favored lane. Again, DP, very low base move speed, no small camp. Queen of Pain is better at the rune control, so maybe you just want maybe we do see the DP play at 5 or 3 or even 4, and then you just swap a Quap counter pick to mid. Problem is, a lot of these heroes who lane well in the Quap are banned already.
I think they just run the Primal mid, honestly, and then they just pick an offlaner here and run Death Weapon 5. Or they can run Death Weapon offlane and take a different 5. That's probably the best idea. Primal mid probably does fine against Quap. You just go like Bracer and Soul and like Wand, and he probably does fine. I imagine he doesn't die or suffer.
I was gonna say, you have a lot of base damage and a lot of base HP. She just hits you repeatedly and then you're fine, I think. You take a lot of damage, I'm sure, but you just don't care that much. I'm trying to think we have our answer. It's a Zeus selection to play mid. more than
Huh.
likely. So
Is
we
it?
probably 5.
Oh, jeez.
GP3, Rubik 4. Okay, we figured it out. We were both wrong. They were, well, they obviously they were right, but they have selected their heroes.
Yeah. I guess Zeus is pretty decent against Quap now, especially with the whole E thing. Like the whole, the heavily jump, cast point, all that crap. Which draft do you like better here?
I feel like I something like the Dire Shaft more. I don't think Radiant's timings are as strong with the way their heroes are going to farm. I think a lot of it's going to be reliant on having your Zeus have a very good lane. And again, Vico is higher MMR than Polo. He has a pretty good lane with the swap into Zeus. I like the Dire Shaft better now.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. I do think the Dire Draft is a little bit easier to execute, but I think the Radiant will hit this timing where they will just run over them with all the damage. So I'm going to go with the Radiant.
I think a
And
lot of
just
it
Zeus
depends
will
on
dish it out.
yeah. I think a lot of it depends on how Polo's game goes. Because you think Radiant's going to win because you think Polo's going to pop off. I think Radiant's going to lose. I think Quap's going to have a good lane into Polo. So it's all really on how Polo plays this game. And if he has a great game mid lane, gets some good rune luck, gets some good rotations, gets rotated on by his own supports for a gank on Quap, perhaps. Actually, never mind. You actually can't gank Quap with those heroes, but you know what I mean. Get good momentum on Zeus, and then suddenly you have what you need to win.
Oh, darn, I have that spectator bug.
Just reload your Dota, I'm sure. I'll keep people company, because, if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of a playoff elimination best of 3 between Toilet Jork, the true Cinderella story on the Radiant side, taking on Moozy's Crying on the Dire side. Again, both of us are split on our draft opinions. I prefer the Moozy side draft. Our man BullJaXX prefers the Toilet Jork draft, but again, of course, both teams will be playing to win. My name is Badger. I am joined by the aforementioned 2-time League Lads champion BullJaXX, and hopefully we are in for a good series tonight. You back?
Almost. Reconnecting.
Well, we are seeing already a Dire walk S5 into the Radiant side jungle. I believe they briefly saw Flesh Canoe. A ward has been placed. They see the Primal Beast. In comes PMA. Has Orb of Venom. Now Hammer will slow. In comes Orb of Venom once again to slow. Dagger in. Flesh Canoe is in a lot of danger right now, and well, that will be a death on your Primal Beast eventually. First Blood will go to the Queen of Pain via the Dagger. Wait. Damage is actually not enough. CB's on the way to the Hammer. Is there a deny? No, there is not. First Blood goes to Dawnbreaker.
The Tango was actually pretty nice to get the Dawnbreaker to get the kill, but a very nice rotation from the Dire to get that kill on the Primal Beast. I do believe this is the correct skill build on the Primal Beast, going E first on the Spotify. You go EWWQ. So at least he did not grief his lane.
I thought for a second in that first blood attempt that PMA had an Orb of Venom, but I looked at the wrong inventory. I looked at Flash Q's inventory. I was like, oh, yeah, Orb of Venom. That makes sense on Monkey King. He has that. He didn't have it. He's buying one, by the way. Good. It's in his quick buy, so he definitely wants to buy one. But wait a minute. Look at the way they're laning. They're laning the MK Dawnbreaker off lane into Lifestealer Primal Beast lane. This is an interesting one. I think it's good, but it's very bold.
I think this will favor the Dire at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure.
Like, I mean, I like the PMA man fighting the Flesh Canoe thing, but look at the supports. Flesh Canoe is slapping CB right now. Utterly
PMA needs to throw a stun out at Flesh Canoe. Pretty easy kill, but the most impactful lane is it's definitely going to be this bottom lane. Top lane will be pretty snooze with the Earthshaker Enigma duo.
Yeah. I mean, Enigma lane's usually very boring. Oh, wow, I denied your creeps. I'm so cool. But
I know. I hate Enigma players. Enigma players and, like, Lena players. Back when Lena was a good 4.
Lena players?
Oh, my lord. And then Dark Willow players. Oh, those are the 3 worst types of players. They're so good because they can click. All you can do.
You're one to talk. You're definitely one to talk. Like if you were BullJaXX, I'd be like, all right, cool. You're BullJaXX. You can't say that. You can't say that stuff.
You know, I played the hero. It's a pretty good hero, man.
You played Dawnbreaker 5, dude. Like, wow, I'm so cool. 70 days damage. They nerfed it, but still.
Hey, he's playing Dawnbreaker 5. Why aren't you talking shit to him?
Because he doesn't brag about it.
Yeah, if you want to look at the CS charts so far, Polo is doing a pretty good job so far mid on this Zeus.
So it seems like you were right and I was wrong, and that Polo is in the position to absolutely own this game. And again,
He's
he even gets a water root. He's chilling.
kind of
First blood,
manhandling
not
him.
first blood.
Oh,
We're seeing a 1-for-1 trade bottom lane. CB and Flesh Canoe both die. PMA very happy with that one, getting solo XP on that Primal Beast kill.
yeah, very nice for him. Gets his Jingu stacks up as well. Ooh, level 3 now. He is having a great time.
Dude, Nova is a little bit low right now, top lane. It's a bit of a concern, actually. There's no regen on the Enigma. Shaker is relatively low as well, so potentially they can just force him all the way back. He'll convert a range tree, but other than that, he's fully back now. There's no kill, by the way. I'm missing a lot of kills today. Pat's Talk dies bottom. Flesh Canoe will get away, popping the uproar, but so far, PMA and CB are having a great time in this lane. Specifically PMA, actually. It's specifically PMA having a good time in this lane.
He is about even with the CS. But with that kill, the 2 kills now, like, he's just having a grand old time. You don't want to skill Rage on the Lifestealer early on, obviously, but all that magic damage and the stun coming at the Monkey King is just too overwhelming for the Lifestealer to handle.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested in seeing exactly, wait a minute. Yeah, Enigma's back top lane. Fourth is fine. That would have been a bit of an opportunity to go on fourth hero Lingus in that little window when the Enigma was gone, but that window has evaporated entirely. It is no longer with us, so what can you do sometimes?
What can you do? You know, fourth is going to be the new Double King, honestly. I don't know if you see this guy. This guy is, like, insanely good with MMR, like, very high skill player.
I was casting him the other night, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's like 6.9k, 7k, right? And I look at that, and I'm like, oh, he's way above that now.
It's crazy. I swear I saw him at, like, 189 sometime. Maybe 219, something up there.
Which, again, yeah, that's absolutely wild. Again, it's always a good sign to see these lads players just pop off absolutely. And okay, we've seen it before. We'll probably see it again, and the fourth as well. I hope he gets a some kind of opportunity in the near future.
The Quap has caught up pretty well, or at least kept pace with the Zeus, not falling behind at all. So, because the game, like, well, he is, you know, a creep bit behind the Zeus. He's still a little bit more in XP. Ooh, bottom lane.
He died again. As you mentioned, there's no rage. Didn't want to skill it, but
still
in not
level
skilling
3 for the last time he died. Did not get to level 4. Yikes. This is a yikes for the Slice Stealer. Remember I said I didn't like the Slice Stealer pick? This is why.
I think the way the lanes initially looked, it looked alright, but with this lane swap, the lane swap ruined it. Because this Monkey King Dawnbreaker lane is just ruining Path Off Day right now.
Oh, top lane. Nice. Looks like the Nova got the Malefice into the shake here.
Alright, new rule, I am not missing another kill for the rest of the night. I've gone entire BO3s where I've missed like 2 kills total, and I've missed like 4 kills this game, so no more kills being missed. I am catching every kill. I got the kill top lane. Crip Swarm kills 4th Eurolingus. Big kill for Clueless. If you're wondering, it is level 6 time for the mid laners. Both Polo and Vico are level 6. We might see a bit of a gank right now. Bottom lane going on PMA. Thunder God's Wrath is online. PMA will tempt lifesteal through, onslaught through, but PMA is still about half HP. Will stun Flesh Canoe, trying to run him down. Thunder God's Wrath will kill Nova in the top lane. Meanwhile, back to bottom lane, Flesh Canoe still on the run. PMA will Primal Spring in to kill the Primal Beast. Back to top lane again. Fourth will be fine. So it's a 1-for-1 trade across the map. It is a Primal Beast for Enigma.
And Polo gets the kill from middle. It's very important for these Zeus middles to, unironically, just kill steal every time their ult is up. It's a big deal. They should always give them the kill. Getting their levels faster, outputting even more damage.
By the way, I missed another kill because of the multiple engagements. There was, to be fair, there were 2 fights going on. I thought the bottom one would be more interesting. I was probably wrong, but
I watched the bottom one as well, couldn't tell you.
They're probably more flashy abilities in the top lane, but sometimes you see that 2v1. It's got that, like, alright, 2v1 going on. I just gotta get the 2v1. And the 1 won the fight, by the way. The 1 won in the 1v2, but that's number 2 for you, right?
What can you do?
We need a counter for that in this corner of the screen of a what can you do counter. Cause I think we're going to be saying that far too much tonight. So a warning to the people. If you are not a fan of the phrase, what can you do, it's time to turn off the stream. We're seeing Microfire the D-Ward, but Nova might go for a deny, or healed Sentry Ward in time. So Radiant are well aware of the Obs Ward. They will get the D-Ward eventually, but for now, Nova will protect the Obs Ward. Force out one more Sentry usage from Microfire.
Yeah, PMA is just doing 1,100 gold up on this guy. Oh,
big solo kill for Vico in the mid lane. Blink on in. Microfire wants to deny, but will not get it in time. I say again, this is a classic go to a rune, hope things go well. Microfire want to enable his mid laner's game, and technically he ensured his mid laner got the haste rune, but at what cost? Over to top lane, Echo Slam is missed by 4th year Lingus, a rare mechanical misplay from him. As a result, DP will step away nice and fine. Over to bottom lane is Flesh Canoe, looking to onslaught in. He is in range, but does not want to dive in that, what could be only a 2v2 at that point, so no kills bottom.
Are you a fan of the hawk or the elephant more?
On, oh god, on what?
On the chat wheel.
On the chat wheel? Elephant.
Elephant, yeah, I'm an elephant fan, personally. I feel like the elephant's a little bit more annoying.
I just love... Really? We're seeing top lanes in XO used by Clueless. 4th is on the run. Dire TP in. Thunderguy's Wrath has been used. Clueless secures a kill on 4th. Now Dire will turn. Starbreaker kills Flash Canoe. Vico has arrived. Has no Sonic Wave. It's a 2v2 top lane. Polo is hasted. Wants to dive. Rubik rotates in. Queen of Pain, half HP. Ward on the floor. Vico again is beginning to drop. Dire are now aware of the vision. But is it in time? Vico blinks away into the trees. Radiant lack the means to chase further, and as a result, we now will see the fight ending top lane of the 1-for-1 trade. However, never mind. Clueless no longer has an Xer. It's over.
This Death Prophet does not have a wand, and that's really triggering me.
No more wand talk. I've had like 3 casts in the last 2 months of just, wow, there is no wand.
Fair enough.
No more wand talk. I get it, but no more wand talk. Long-time viewers of the stream know exactly what I'm referring to.
I definitely get some raindrops on this Radiant side here to help out with their magic burst on the Dire side here.
Oh,
Game's still pretty even, so Radiant needs to take some tier 1 towers to open up the map right now.
We'll see if I top lane again. Lift on Shaker. In comes the onslaught. Shaker half HP. Has no echo again. CB is now isolated a bit of a 1v3, but he'll step away, it appears. Hey, welcome.
Unlucky. They're going to give the tome to the Rubik. I disagree with this. I feel like Polarize is probably more impactful than Spell Steal.
There's some good spells to steal, to be fair. There's some really good spells to steal.
Yeah, there definitely is. But that implies that you're waiting for them to cast spells rather than doing it, killing yourself.
We're seeing killing anyways. No 6 on Primal Beast, no 6 needed. They run down CB in the 1v3, but Dire want vengeance. The Rainbow TPs arrive. Vico misses a Sonic Wave on Clueless, but the TP away will not be successful. Dire miss a lot of abilities, but it's still 1-for-1 trade. Yeah, both Fissure and Sonic Wave missed, but it didn't matter. It's still a very easy kill there. On the DP.
Yeah, honestly, it really actually wasn't worth it for Dire right there. I mean, maybe they did kill the offlaner, but mid's still free farming, bottom's free farming, and the two supports did get out. Halfway towards 6. One did get 6, so it's pretty even. They actually lost a little bit of the gold lead with that over rotation with the TPs.
Fast Sloth's not going to dive bottom lane, by the way. Eventually he'll kill CB if he's left alone, but they will not leave him alone. Shaker has finished his TP. Fissure will hit, and Fast Sloth is going to die. A bit too greedy there, and he gets punished heavily for it.
I got nothing, man.
He wanted the man fight. He knew he had the infest damage, but alas, it did not work for him.
Yeah, the air shaker fissure is just very powerful against the rage because you can't predict it, especially from the fog. It's very hard to play a sealer.
And normally a very obvious animation if you'd see the shaker, but in that case they couldn't. The TP was good from 4th, and as a result, that is a kill on Lifestealer. Dire, again, are fighting bottom lane. PMA will Wukong's. Flash Canoe will pulverize the Monkey King. Solar Guardian is the counterplay, stunning on 2. DP is low. Primal Beast is low. It's a stolen Solar Guardian. A Black Hole on 1 as well. Clueless is dead, as is Micro Fry. Echo on Lifestealer. Flat Sloth will die. Correction Hill infest and Eidolon. Dire will attempt to run down the Eidolon as Flesh Canoe dies on the east side of the fight. The Queen of Pain. The Eidolon will get away, meaning it will be only 3 kills for the Dire. But regardless of the Lifestealer escaping, that is a big team fight win for the side of Moozy is Crying. Big gains there.
Huge, huge. Nice ulti by CB there to keep PMA alive and healthy. Nice ulti by Nova as well, the Lifestealer to keep him in check. Lifestealer, not Lifestealer, but the Radiant took the top tower. They wanted to defend their bottom tower because they think that's probably the quote unquote correct play. But that tower was definitely dead from the start. You perhaps just assault the middle and top jungle and just get your farm going after your series of unfortunate fights already. But digging holes deeper is not always the best option.
It's like seeing your safe lane T1 die. It's part of the natural order of things, Like, you see your safe lane T1 or attack, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna go anywhere else. It just dies sometimes.
True.
We are seeing our first pause of the evening by Clueless. Luckily for Clueless, I don't have my stopwatch up tonight, so I'm not keeping track.
It's 9:30.
To be fair, I never stopwatch for lad games. I only pull the stopwatch out from being paid to use a stopwatch.
I don't think I've ever actually used the time limit on anybody in a league game. I don't think
I have either, but maybe back in the day, like 2014, 2015, I might have, but definitely not in a very long time.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about those days.
What? Wait, I thought those days all the time. They were good days for me.
I was a Han trash player back then.
This was peak Badger Dota, man. This is like the peak era of Badger Dota. 2015 was peak Badger right there.
Looking towards mid tower here with the exorcism, perhaps. He does press it.
He has pressed the button. Dire pressed their own button to give a glyph to their tower. And they're TPing in now. Black Hole is not online, but again, there are bodies to tank some damage. Tower about 1/4 HP, a little bit above that. And for now, Radiant are struggling to commit for the tower damage. However, Radiant see PMA in their own jungle. They catch him on a tree. Pulverize on point in a 3v1. PMA will attempt to man-fight his way out, but he will fail at doing so. Meanwhile, Dire jump on the DP. Knowing he's alone, the hammer is in and that will kill Clueless. Sonic Wave was needed, but Sonic Wave well used. However, Radiant get the big streak kill on PMA, so overall I think they're happy with that one.
Fatsup up here is just dancing with death with this armlet crap, man.
Sometimes you buy an armlet, you gotta dance with death. Like, maybe it's quote-unquote optimal not to, but you just have to sometimes. It's a point of honor.
He's a much better player than me. Do you like the Queen of Pain going Mage Slayer first item?
Whoa there. I mean, I'm assuming it's into a Bloodthorn after the Sky Assange then, but...
I assume so, but man, I don't think I've ever seen a first item this before. I mean, I like it. But
I mean, it makes sense if you're hitting the Zeus, right? Because Zeus will just suddenly not do much damage if you're doing that. Or the Death
Prophet either. Like,
yeah,
both of them, actually. Yeah. It reduces the spell damage from the LT from Primal Beast as well, which is pretty significant.
I like the concept. We're seeing a jump on PMA to an extent. Flesh Canoe has onslaughted in. He'll pulverize, but it's immediately canceled. Flesh Canoe will die, and now Radiant will still attempt to fight. Dire get the D-Wars. Now Dire have more vision as well, and Radiant, as a result, will now back off. Down one hero, down one Obs, and Warcoolus. Having a brush with death, down the strike will be on point. Into the Fissure, into the Wukongs, into a Stolen Solar Guardian to attempt the save, but it will not matter. That is another death on the side of Toilet Jork. And again, things are looking quite good right now for Moozy is Crying. They're up by about 4k gold, and with that T1 mid dying, the lead will extend.
Closest to the Blink Dagger on this Earthshaker, which is going to be really nice. Obviously, Queen of Pain and the Monkey King are the Fruit Bearers are the kings of the map right now.
I'm just, I don't know, the economic situation definitely is not good for the Radiant, though. I mean, if MK and Quap were this farm, now Shaker can just hunt heroes, it's not good for the map state. We're seeing it right now. Flesh Canoe gets a D word, but again, it's at the cost of his life. Micro Fry will get a Stolen Fissure, but look at the way he's skilling on Shaker. It's only 1 point in Fissure, so it's not the biggest steal in the world right now.
Yeah, it really is, honestly. But he does have a Fissure, so that is a way to start fights a little easier. I want to see Radiant make a move towards top and towards middle, and just like kind of say whatever to these towers in the bot lane.
Oh, we're seeing a smoke. That's a Shaker smoke. Blink just came off the courier. Radiant have not seen it. And they may not see it until it is too late. In comes Shaker, the Echo, the Enchant, with the Stolen Fissure! Temporarily delays the death. Down goes DP. Blink in by 4th year Lingus under the tower. He'll get lifted up, and again, it's a Solar Guardian from CB to save. Polo kills the Shaker, but at the cost of his life. Flesh Canoe will pulverize on Queen of Pain. The damage will not be enough. He'll blink away. Now it's CB, the new Radiant side target. Now 2 for 2. PMA will Wukongs, attempting to stand his ground. Nova can Black Hole. Will not even need to use it. Flesh Canoe dies to Vico. Now 3 for 2. Radiant will be forced to leave on Micro Fry, the one man in the bottom lane. But this T2 tower will not die today. At least not yet. Instead, it's top lane. Black Hole on Lifestealer. Nova had a great jump, and now Vico blinks in as well. It's an infest into a range creep, but again, there is no way out but death. Rage still on cooldown. Blink in, and barring perfect armor toggling, there was no way out for Fastloft, and as a result, he will die for the 4th time this game. Fastloft is having a rough one so far.
That was a nice chrono. Oh, not chrono, sorry, but Black Hole from Nova there. Good heads up play there to go top immediately and get the Slice Stealer, who's way too far out in front of the tier 2.
And so apparently Vico is more up to date on the pro builds than we are for Queen of Pain. Apparently this is the top sim builds, what Aku in the Twitch chat is telling me.
Oh, interesting.
You know, this is the top sim build. Makes sense. You know, if you go Kai Assange plus Mage Slayer, it's a lot of stats, a lot of raw HP.
You see, I'm a support player, and Badger here is a Filthy Abaddon player, so you know, gotta give it the times.
I'm a mere caster. Mere caster.
I'm a casual.
Oh, if you're casual, then what am I?
Ooh, top lane.
Is he actually safe to do this? He has the rage, but again, he's being chain stunned right now. He'll now rage. Lifestealer will steal Fissure. Wait, that Rubik will steal Fissure. Jesus. Onslaught in by Flesh Canoe. PMA has his BKB, slapping down Primal Beast. Biko blinks in for the kill, and PMA wants more. He'll Primal Spring in, slowing Micro Fry, and again, it's CB the Solar Guardian, stunning the Rubik. Infest out, tries to save, but Sonic again, hitting on Polo. CB is dead. PMA is dead as well. Pethos turns it around. Now Queen of Pain is silenced. Still silenced and dead. A huge dive by Dire, and they overextend heavily. They lose 4.
Way too big of an overextension, honestly. Holy crap, I can't believe they got the kill. Fatslov coming out huge there. He did a lot of damage with that Infest pop-out right there.
I mean, he did more damage than Zeus in that team fight, which is hard to do. It's a Zeus.
Yeah. All right, well, signs of life from this Radiant side here. They need one more fight like that to come back to like even terms. They're still a little bit behind, but a nice start.
That's lost. He's got rage. He's fine. I was gonna say they're going at him again, but with the rage, there's no way he's dying. Yet. That is the Sanjin Yasha finisher life stealer. Thought he might go Deso. Opted for the S and Y instead. A little more bulk with that one. And again, it's time for him to walk away from Shaker, who's just there, I guess. Not killing him, but certainly bothering him.
The Shaker hits really, really hard with his maxed hit enchant totem. I don't know if you see what he does to this Primal Beast, but he like almost two-shots them.
It's a lot of damage, yeah. It's a lot of damage.
It's a lot. Hitting for 800 right now.
I think it's time, though, for Dire to once again teamfight as 5. They have some key items. They obviously have the blink on Shaker. They blink on Enigma. So 3-man smoke immediately. Yeah, they see
nice
Life Stealer. They see Primal Beast. This is a great opportunity. Maybe they'll go on Flesh Canoe right now on the side for the easy kill. But instead, Echo Slam on Life Stealer. Infinite Boundless, like into a very fast kill. Goodbye, Fatsloth, and your T1 tower is now annihilated.
A little overkill with the Dawn ulti, but perhaps just making sure that they die.
You know, say after last fight, you do not mess around with Fatsloth. You ensure he is dead. You make sure he is entirely dead. No Dota 2 going on, and Rubik 2 will join Fatsloth in the grave, blinked on by everyone on the Dire side. It's a TPM by Clueless, who has Exo and a Vacate View. It is a bold play right here. Onslaught in by Flash Canoe. Clueless low. Sonic Wave hits on 2. Nova is dead, however, no Black Hole in time. And CB is dead as well. So now Clueless, Exo still active, runs for more. PMA is man who's alone on the south side, has no big KB and needs to escape, but his ability to run is being canceled by the damage. He cannot tree dance. He's trying to get away, but Radiant are focusing down the Monkey King. He is going to die. A double kill for Clueless. Now, again, a bit of an overextension by the side of Moozy is crying, and again, they will get punished.
I can't believe they turned it like that, honestly, but I thought they were going to die. I thought this was a throw. But Clueless just pressed his BKB and just walked right out of the ring. He said, who cares? And just killed everybody else. It was quite impressive.
It's one of those things where you mentioned in the draft the changes to DP, and you mentioned how they nerfed Spirit Siphon, but they buffed Exo, and we saw the Exo there. Quite powerful.
Of course, we did. We definitely did. No, Radiant still has signs of life in here.
Have they fixed the graph yet? They have not fixed the graph.
No, they have not.
I can't stop laughing at this thing. This is just too much.
You think they're going to fix it for TI?
Oh, definitely. Because it happened last year as well, where they like tested out a bunch of stuff like a month before TI. It's like, all right, let the amateur casters and the non-TI events figure it out. By the time TI came around, they fixed everything, so I'm sure they'll have their Dota 2 fixed by then.
Hopefully.
I remember it was like a month and a half before they broke the ability to like cast pretty much because you couldn't like select heroes properly with hotkeys.
Yep, you could use your yep.
And I remember I literally casted like 2 hours after the patch, and I was just so defeated. I was like, I was in the middle of Pro Tiers as well, and I was like, you know what? The casters are not going to be happy tomorrow, and they were not happy tomorrow. Ricky and Neff were very, very upset that day.
I would be as well.
At a certain point, what can you do? Add 1 to the WCYD counter. We're seeing a big item purchased. Speaking of CB, we're seeing CB buying an item very soon. Is that, yeah, it's actually purchased right now. It's the Aghanim Scepter on Dawnbreaker, so this Wombo combo is only getting stronger now.
With the buff to the Aghanim Scepter as well, you can move your target's feet around. It's even more broken than before. I'm not sure why they buffed this, honestly. I really don't know why they buffed that spell. It did not need buffed.
You know, there's some heroes that Ice Frog likes, and there's some heroes he doesn't like, and he must like Dawnbreaker.
Loves that.
Big fan.
Yeah, I've been playing Dawn 5 since it came out, man. Let me have my fun.
No.
It's such a fun hero.
Dude, they even nerfed Abaddon in the last patch, man. You're not that fun, man.
Oh yeah, I see Abaddon's boring.
Abaddon is the most base hero in Dota. We're going to ignore that because right now Dire are occupying the Radiant jungle right now.
Working towards the Octarine core on the Death Prophet here, definitely the right item. I agree with that one. Zeus has his Ags going for his own Octarine, leaving it a base Kaya. Not sure that's correct. Maybe it is, but what's the upgrade? Is it an upgrade even more?
I mean, it costs a lot of gold, though. I mean, if you want to go into what we're assuming is a Sanj and Kaya, that's a 2k gold investment for, at that point, diminishing returns. I'm sure he'd rather have the... I mean, he's going for the Aether Lens right now, wants the raw cast range. Probably at that point into an Octarine core, as you mentioned, so... Maybe he just wants more value than relatively minor returns.
They see their Shaker in and out of here. I don't think Radiant should shake the fight. I think they should make Dire come to them. But we'll see what they do.
But currently, they're sending 3 bottom. Fat Sloth and Polo both can arrive to fight if they need to. And Dire are committing 3 as well, so it's relatively even commitment to this bottom lane. In comes Queen of Pain, now Dire below 4. There is no Dawnbreaker quite yet, but of course Solar Guardian will bring her into the fight. Radiant will need to react fast. Dire will go for a big burst, ideally on DP. DP has been the bane of their existence in these team fights. If she gets BKB off in time, that is a problem, and here comes the jump. Echo Slam, Sonic Wave, that's far too much damage for Clueless to deal with. The absolute massive burst. And at this point, now Dire will begin to siege this bottom T2 tower. Radiant have 3 nearby, but it's just too late. Or, never mind, Dire will leave anyways. They got their DP kill, they're leaving.
Huh. Dire's playing like sissies. Go in. There's 4v5. Alright, we missed our spells.
Yeah, sometimes you miss your spells, Dota 2 for you as the Stolen Fissure. This time a maxed Fissure, so Micro Fry getting a nice steal on that one.
It's pretty big for the Radiant side here.
Ay. Thought we might see something mid lane, but Fat Sloth again raged and walked away. Radiant Smoke out looking for Shaker, who will now be KB. Flesh Canoe is in, and now he will get instantly killed. TP in by Clueless, returning to the game, has BKB and Exo. Stuns on Vico. Vico will attempt to get away. He's 400 HP, but again, there's not quite enough lockdown to ensure he's dead. Not enough chase to get him after he blinks, so... Escape there by Queen of Pain. 1 death on Radiant, though. Only the death on Primal Beast.
Unlucky.
Well, you know what we haven't seen yet today? We have not seen Roshan. When are we going to see Roshan, BullJaXX?
I'm surprised we haven't. I like to take my first Roshan on 18 minutes. I think it's a big deal. These teams just want to fight. Which is be also fine. I think it was really close to his black hole, so maybe he'll use that black hole and use a black hole around Roche and get Roche after that. For about 32 minutes.
I guess the part of the concern as well is both teams have very good Roshan fighting. You do not want to be caught in the pit against, say, especially this Dire team fight combo. Black Hole, Wukong's Echo, Solar Guardian, Sonic Wave. Radiance is not quite as powerful, but again, you walk in with Exo, you have some stolen abilities, you onslaught in. There's some combos there as well.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Clueless is closest to level 18. He probably really doesn't want to pop his Exo until he has that. It's a pretty big upgrade.
I think this wave's enough if he gets Soul XP on it, but he's backing off. He's scared potentially of Dire going on. Looking at Radiant Vision, they see a few heroes, but only a few heroes. And, well, those few heroes will kill the Rubik anyways. So Clueless was safe in the long run. Top lane, but instead he'll pop the Exo. It was that level 2 Exo, as you mentioned, but well, we've answered another question. When is Roshan? The answer is right now. Dire appear not to be aware. They're not near the pit right now. They're not picking it out, and it will be a sneak with the Aegis likely headed to Fastlock.
They might have got a whiff of it now.
And there we go. Minute 30, but better late than never. Dire are smoked on too, but at this point, they may be able to get away. Dire, I believe, they're picking out Fat Sloth. Blink Black Hole is available, and Rubik is currently dead. So no time like the present but they will not go anyways. It's now Flesh Canoe goes in mid lane. Dire will turn and annihilate Flesh Canoe. Vico secures the kill. Queen of Pain is silenced, but again, is absolutely fine. Has BKB not even used. Now will blink in for Polo, applying the Mage Slayer. Lift on Queen of Pain. Now BKB from Queen of Pain as well. Blinking in further. Sonic Wave, but a good save from Fat Sloth ensures Sonic Wave cannot kill Polo. Now Sonic Wave is stolen by Micro Fry, and with the good save by Fat Sloth, Radiant will only
Even
lose
the
one.
BM tips them. Nice.
That's when you just tip your Polo's got the right tip there. Polo has the right tip. That's one of your tip your lifestealer plays.
I don't think you tip Quap for that. I don't think it's Quap's fault, but he didn't miss any spells.
And she had an arcane her anyway, so why not? Just use it.
Yeah. Weird. I never understand those tips.
Sometimes you just use Batman to tip the opponent, I guess.
Clueless does have his level 18, is working towards his shard now. Has his Octarine core fully filled out.
One item that I am looking forward to is this Shiva's Guard on Earthshaker. At that point, then he's got a lot of armor. Then you're not killing a hero. A lot of HP, a lot of armor. That is one tanky man in the front lines. And once again, if you have Shaker in the front lines, there was a lot of good jump between the Monkey King, who now is a Deso, working towards an Ags. You have the Queen of Pain again. What is she buying at that plate mail now? Think about it. Because she's not buying a Shiva's now, so what is she doing? Is this casual plate mail? It might be, yeah.
Let me look.
Maybe it's an Assault Cuirass later, but for now, no Shiva's being built. It's casual plate mail.
Casual Chivas. Really? Just for the lifestealer? Huh.
I think both the Queen of Pain and the Shaker thought about, alright, let's buy a Shiva's. Apparently it will be the 4th year Linga Shaker going for it instead.
Bot lane here. Lol.
And we're seeing trade the towers right now. So top T2 is certainly going to die on the Dire side, but Dire wants some damage in this bottom T3. Seems like they won't get too much, but the mid T2 will also die, so yeah. It's a T2 mid for a T2 top. Relatively even trade on that one.
Radiant should try and kill this Dawnbreaker top on this next couple waves. Or try and make a fight to split the Dire side. Dark Enigma is pretty important first, to just get him out of the fight. Shaker is pretty unrealistic, but is also a good target to go on this one. Dire,
The only problem is like you need to go on Dawnbreaker, but it's still... She's playing in an area where it's... You know, look at CB. He's right now top lane in a relatively hard spot for the Radiant to go on him. And even if they do, it's still a relatively low value kill. That's the problem.
Definitely. Definitely.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
In the Radiant jungle, we see...
Kimi is kind of suffering with his levels here, honestly. The Enigma's level 17, he is 18. The mid is level 21. Minus me in the tome.
I guess it's still mostly... Oh, it's a 5-man smoke from the Radiance. This could be the play. There is still Aegis for 51 more seconds. We've waited 4 minutes for the right fight, and perhaps now is the time. Looking at Radiant Vision, they see very little. They know there's an Enigma somewhere. They saw the Eidolons, but they don't know exactly where Enigma is. Smoke was popped on Rubik, and now they will see him. Blink away and not in time. Nimbus activated. Down goes Nova. But again, that's not the biggest death in the world given the way the lanes are. These lanes are not good for Radiant right now. And Shaker goes in on Zeus bottom lane. A huge solo kill from 4th year Link. It's up BKB and TP. I don't think it's a cancel, and there is no cancel. CB. Poor CB went in to save his Shaker, who did not need saving. He will die for that one.
Nice echo. No hesitation. Nice. Hell yeah. Always worth it every time. BKB TP's out like a Chad. Liz. Has a Shivas now. Even more burst damage potential.
It's gotta be scary.
Shaker 3 is not something you see all the time that does something well like this, but it's nice for the change.
Also seeing the fully finished Bloodthorn for Vico as his third item. He is, once again, number 1 net worth. He is having a great game so far, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Shop is getting harder and harder to kill every time she gets an item. Plus, she's going for the Yule Scepter. I personally disagree with this. I would rush BKB.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Again, the pre-prepped Enchant Totem, Fissure, Blink In, Slap, Enchant Totem, Slap, Shiva's active. Freak a solo kill.
It's too easy.
It really is. It really is too easy for her right now. Well, if you're Radiant, you're down 17k. What's the game plan?
Start a fight on the Shaker. Force BKB and Kite. Start kiting these BKBs, honestly.
That seems hard.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, that's your options. That, or you could try and blow up the Monkey King before a black hole hits you. Or an Echo hits you, but that seems a little bit more unrealistic.
Done. Maybe the primary game plan at this point. Hope Dire overextend again for the 3rd time this game. And then die. Worked the last 2 times. Top lane. DP is being jumped on. Black hole is available. Black hole on DP, who is infested. So again, it's Clueless already heading out fast off this force man fight. Meanwhile, bottom lane, another solo kill for 4th year Linga. Shaker solo kills the Zeus, and he will get away as well. That's the top lane. It's fast off on the run. He'll attempt Satanic to purge the debuffs of the Shadow Strike. But it's a down strike and a Sonic Wave on top to kill Fat Sloth. Back to the Dire base. Shaker's in again, diving tier 4s, fighting both supports. And right now, Dire know the Radiant have lost 3 heroes, and 4th year Lingus is just going to TP away. He is just completely fine. And now we have a problem on our hands. Radiant lose all 3 cores, get nothing in exchange, and it's time for the high ground to die.
Yeah, I actually don't think 4th needed TP out there. He probably should have killed both of them.
Maybe he was wary of the buybacks at this point, but yeah, Lifestealer has used his buyback, running in for PMA. Good bash. Into the rock throw. Wait a minute. PMA, he's chain stun. He's dead. He could not get anything off in time. Again, the BKB was still on cooldown, so that's a very big kill right there.
Get fucking bashed.
So walk up and bash your opponents. The tried and tested strategy. Seems like the next Roshan... Oh, that's a very late Roshan respawn. Oh god, look how late that is. That is actually about 2.5 minutes. That is late.
Pretty close to max time, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to say a little bit under it, but not by much. Should I have my stream on a 2-minute delay? So I'm going to watch... It says a minute 20 on the red, so I'm going to check it in a minute 20 if I'm still available too, but... Before that happens, we're seeing Fastloth walk into danger right now. Nova has blinked away, but Dire are aware of his positioning. Looking at their vision, they see no other Radiant heroes, however, so they are wary of Vengeance, and they will not go in on Lifestealer. I want you to take a quick look at Shaker's items. Look what he's about to buy.
A refresher. Yeah, I like it.
So if you were concerned about Shaker's solo killing errors before, you might need to get a little more concerned now. 2 BKBs, 2 Shivas, 2 Echoes, 2... Correction, 4 Enchant Totems. Oh no.
Does he have the mana to support all this, though? Because BKB does cost mana now.
Get Soul Ring, he'll be fine. Flash Canoe, he is in danger. However, he will also out a way before the danger arrives. Now it's a blink. He was by Shaker. Fissure, Pump Fake, cancelled by the lift. Shaker, now silenced. Will walk away. And no fighting. Roshan is going to be live in 20 seconds. If you're wondering, by the way, it was 2 minutes and 35 seconds exactly. So yeah, in that really far reaches of the later possible respawns in that later 1/6 of timing. So it's just now finally here. Top lane, Radiant, trying to go on Shaker. It does not work. Oh, dear God. 2 heroes can annihilate immediately, and now Vico blinks in for Clueless. Clueless with BKB. The Exo is online, but Radiant are running out of heroes right now. Fatsloth will again get one more bash, but he is in danger. Sonic Wave hits on Fatsloth. Fatsloth cannot man-fight his way out. Refresh from 4th Yorlingas. Down goes the entirety of Toilet Jork. That's a full 5-man wipe, and at this point, they know there is no buyback on Fatsloth. There will be base taken.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I love to see the friendly PMA team tips, personally.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
My favorite.
This game is over, actually.
I know, it's over, yeah. Well, this game's been over for probably about 15 minutes.
I mean, like, literally right now, in like 2 seconds, they're gonna call GG take over.
If they take 3 racks in 20 seconds, they call GG. Before Death Prophet gets up. Or if somebody gets caught before Death Prophet gets up, I would call it GG.
Like this.
Yeah, I'm probably calling GG.
Yeah, there's already 2 racks. We're not even seeing necessarily a full commitment for the Megas either. There's tier 4s being hit already. And again, no life stealer for 53 whole seconds. DP
They're very
still
talking
dead.
about what went wrong in this game and what they want to do differently for next game. That's usually what I do in these situations.
Yeah. Black hole. It's only on 1, but 1 good targets. Adios, Polo. Welcome to the grave. You can see your teammate. Another Echo Slam on DP. DP will BKB, and will get away. If Flash knew, he will desperately try, but it will be futile. It is a 5v2. Correction now, 5v1, and there's your G's in the chat. The throne is dead, and game 1 will go to Moozy is Crying.
Well played. The lane swap was a pretty big brain idea. Whoever had that idea is the MVP of this match.
I agree. It was a very good swap there. Well, we know who was the real Oracle today, BullJaXX. The win probability chart. At minute 0, it gave 100% chance for Dire to win, and it was right. It was a 100% chance for them to win, apparently.
It's crazy. Dude.
Perfectly correct from the win probability chart.
Alright, so I'm going to take some medication because I'm getting a headache.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, we saw a very strong individual game from Vico. I mean, look at Queen of Pain. Look at this net worth line, this green line here. That is a basically for the entirety of the game, he was ahead of every single Radiant side hero by a safe margin. I mean, from this point forward at around minute 15, he pretty much went ahead of Polo, and from that point forward, there was no looking back. You see really early on, Polo had that great start to the lane. He was, I believe, like 12 last to Queen of Pain's like 6. But again, Vico, very solid middle laner, one of the best mid laners in lads. Made the early hiccup recovery, and you know, whenever it counts logical, he emphasizes the first 3 creep waves as a concept, where it's important to have the first 3 waves go well, get early momentum in your lane, be positioned with that early bottle, get ready for that minute 2 water rune, and conversely, a really good sign of a great mid laner is somebody who can recover from a very bad first 3 waves. Vico certainly fell behind from those first 3 waves, but he still did not care. He said, I am the middle laner. I will recover my game. I will hit creeps. I will get water runes. All will be well. And again, we saw it there. He did not care about the early setbacks. He kept the PMA, recovered his game, and ultimately became the biggest hero on the map of the game end. If you're Toilet Jork, I would be... I'm not even sure what I would be. I would be slightly concerned. because it's hard to adjust maneuvers like that. And again, they're going to be down the coin flip as well, so they're going to be doing this with without their choice of picker side. Ordinarily, teams will win when they have their choice. Toilet Jork did not today. So it could prove difficult. We are waiting on the choice of picker side, but we are currently chilling. Yeah, we're going to see a dire selection for Moozy is Crying, which means more than likely Toilet Jork will select second pick. Tends to be the way things are done. And again, when we had the choice of picker side for game 1, Toilet Jork won the coin flip. And they chose second. So unsurprisingly, they again have chosen second pick. So same thing as last game. Toilet Jork with second pick. Moozy is Crying with Dire. Welcome back, BullJaXX. He's not back, is he? XD. Luckily, we are now into the draft for game number 2, and I believe BullJaXX is now officially back. Welcome back, BullJaXX.
Hello.
I heard you briefly thought you were back, but now you're definitely back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Is my loud casting giving you a headache?
No, I'm just into COVID and just like, still not. Still kind of feel like crap, honestly. Hopefully, if it was a 2-0, so I go to bed.
That'd be nice.
So they thought the issue was Shaker and Enigma instead of just Enigma, which I don't think Shaker was the issue. I think just the Enigma was the issue and their shit laning abilities.
Sometimes when you get one shot by Earthshaker, you just don't want to play. You just don't want to play against it again. I don't blame them. Like when you get one shot by
it, I would have
hero,
banned it too.
It's bad for morale.
I agree.
We are getting a new slate of heroes. Undying, Snapfire, both not seen last game, both now first base selection. I believe they're both banned last game. And now they're both here.
This Undying hero, I don't know if you remember our series, but was pretty much the most impactful hero of the whole series. Game 1, we won with it. Game 2, the other team won with it. In Game 3, we banned it.
Yeah, I was there. I remember. I said it during the drafts.
Yep.
I said your team picked Undying. You won the game. The next game I see an Undying first pick. I'm like, all right, you lost game 2. And I was right, by the way.
Yeah.
Hero, I mean, I'm not sure if there's a single bigger winner of the patch than Undying. He went from, a relatively irrelevant hero to just one of the best heroes in Dota. It's not like Undying was that bad last patch, but he definitely was not good at all, and now he's just great.
Yeah, they overbuffed him and they kind of toned him down a little bit with the Q change. Now the coordinating isn't as good, but definitely finally a viable hero to pick again, which is always nice.
It's a Mars.
I know that Mars is probably Force's second best hero because Legion is his first. So this is definitely a good pick in this game, especially against the Snapfire Wind Ranger. You can protect the Tombstone with the ulti, obviously pretty easily, or even just easy ganks against Wind Ranger for BKB. She thrives on mobility. Obviously, she can't move when there's a big wall.
Dire team ban.
So, if Dire have a 9, it's already over, right? It's already game 2 over?
I think so. I'm not really sure. I see. CB's best hero is Undying as well. I'm not sure why they give it to him.
I guess they were just tired of Enigma Earthshaker.
It definitely should have been an Enigma Undying ban, is what I would have banned personally, because I don't have first pick. But You know, at this point, we just need to deal with it, right? You need
Again,
to
like, a lot of
play
mentality is like, all right, if we gave them Shaker Enigma, we had this like hard counter to both of them in the Rubik, and we still lost. Like, all right, just get rid of the heroes at a certain point.
True.
I'm just concerned that I think this Mars Undying opener is a lot stronger than Sapphire Wind Ranger. Like, a lot stronger.
10 seconds.
I look at this Dire Side opener, and I'm just like, yeah, they can brawl. They can brawl extremely well versus Radiance. It's more of a finesse thing, where you kind of go in, you go out, you win run around, you cookie in, you ideally get like a big shackle or a big Mortimer's Kisses. Dire aren't necessarily relying on that. You just drop a tombstone, you drop an arena. It's kind of hard to mess that up.
Yep. Much easier to execute their draft so far. I do like the Dire so far. Winner pick's a little weird. Kind of like makes it a core per se, like a canned 5, but it's really not a good 5 anymore.
I'm actually head to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Dire team pick.
Faceless Void.
Ooh, Faceless Void pick. Pretty good against the Mars and a Undying.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Queen of Pain.
Man, the Queen of Pain's such a good hero. They have a lot of control so far in the Dire, but they kind of lack hard stun. I know like they have like the Dagger, and I think they're slow. They have Mars Arena, which is pretty good, and they have slow tombstone, but they really only truly have one stun, what's being Spear, and that always isn't always the most secure thing.
I am back, by the way.
Hello.
I like this Dire draft a lot.
Yeah, I was just remarking about how the Dire has a lot of like CC per se. They don't have any hard lockdown besides Spear, but they have a lot of slows in AoE. Help take team fights.
Wait, you're using the term CC? I've been told that's a boomer term. You're
Is
not
it a boomer
Persona
term?
9. Apparently, you're not Persona 9
Oh,
grata
wow.
in Zoomer circles.
Oops.
Dire team ban.
What can you do?
The Void Sphere pick against the Queen of Pain. I don't know. maybe I'm just bad, but I can never dodge the freaking daggers in time.
What?
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
And you don't cast a dagger at max range. You kind of walk in a little bit and then cast it.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay.
It's hard. You pump fake it, dude. People just twirl around for 3 times, don't actually cast it. It's hard.
We'll go.
You
with
gotta
that,
remember
sure.
the MMR I'm at, Badger. I'm not at your 4K level anymore.
Team banned.
You're killing me. I'm not 4.95k. You.
Damn. 4K?
You're
Crap.
killing me. You're killing me, BullJaXX.
I know.
Team banned.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say screen of pain. The screen's kind of hard to dodge. You said dagger. Dagger's not hard to dodge.
A little bit. In lane. That's like the only thing I worry about in lane. Like, I'm worried about the laning matchup.
10 seconds remaining.
It's also the reason I'm a 5 player, not a mid.
True.
5 seconds remaining.
I have a different reason why I'm not a mid player. Rune luck. I literally have a mental breakdown if the enemy gets like astronomically rare rune luck and I get screwed.
Oh.
I get tilted off the planet.
That's actually hilarious.
I just start yelling, but okay. He's on the 1 and 2. Got the 1 and 4. Got the 1 and 8. I'm start getting increasingly more apoplectically mad off my rocker. It's just, what can you do right there, you know?
So Dire is looking for a carry, and Radiant is looking for what I assume to be an offlaner. BullJaXX did get last pick both games, I'm pretty sure.
5 seconds remaining.
Sorry, can you read that?
You said what? Sorry?
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
I'm pretty sure BullJaXX got last pick both games.
Yeah, they chose it game 1 with coin flip, and they got it game 2 when Moozy is crying chose Dire again.
That's insane to me, personally. Alchemist. Yeah, it's kind of a weird Alchemist game because, like, I feel like Wind Ranger, Snapfire, and Voice Spirit are all heroes that can do decently invading stacks.
You may now select.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
When
that
in doubt,
is
Cluesax.
the clueless classic. Again, sometimes you back against the wall, you go for your best selections, and again, the Micro 5 Wind Ranger, the clueless axe, the fast loft void. Like maybe it's not your best possible heroes here, and again, I think this is a better. I think Moozy is. I said it last game. I'll say it again. I think Moozy is crying a better draft, but at the very least, Radiant are going to lose on their terms, their comfort heroes this time.
Yeah. If the Radiant wins 2 lanes, I'm pretty sure they can win this game really easily. But if they lose 2 lanes, this game is really easy for Dire to win. More specifically, if the Axe wins his lane and was able to run around this Axe or this Alchemist, it's really easy for Radiant just to take over this whole map. Interesting what's going to happen, but they do have it in Dying. Like Dying just presses Q, and you have no HP anymore. You're basically an agility hero. I'm personally not a fan of Snapfire 5. I'm not really sure why, but maybe I don't know. It's not that great of a 5 for some reason for me. Look for Grady.
Well, here we go. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Moozy is Crying taking on Toilet Jork. Moozy is Crying won game 1 in about 40 minutes or so, if memory serves. Something like that. Ended up having a couple of sloppy fights, but in the end they were the better team, and they outmaneuvered throughout the majority of the game. Toilet Jork had flashes, but they need more than flashes if they want to take game number 2 and bring it to a third game. My name is Badger again. I'm joined by 2-time lads champion BullJaXX, and hopefully we're in for a good game.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I love Alchemist as a hero. I find it entertaining to watch this hero. So I'm very excited to see this in action. I'm sure everybody's hoping for a Radiant win victory, but I'm hoping for PMA to do really well in this hero.
Dota 2 is a
So he calls you corrupt ladman, and you still on the win?
I know.
To battle.
Can't beat him, join him, Badger.
We're definitely going to be seeing a fight, though, in the dire side jungle. This seems like a rough fight for the Radiant, though. They have the axe, but again, this is a fight where they're down a lot of numbers. And they're fighting into an Undying. This could go very, very badly. I think if they recognize the number of heroes that are here, they might just leave. Here we go. Clueless walks in. Battle Hunger's CB decay only on one. PMA will skill concoction. Nova's half HP. In comes stun onto the axe. Again, currently it's Clueless and Nova about half HP. Dire, wanna kill an axe. That's a concoction. Decay's up in 3. The damage should be enough, unless there's jukes, and the jukes will not be there. He's now in the trees. He can go through, and he will, but it will not matter. That will be a depth on Clueless, and it's so the wrong part. It goes to PMA as well.
I'm not sure why he ran away from his side of the map. He did this little I don't know, he ran like this, went all the way up here.
Trying to juke a little bit, I don't know. Maybe thought there were more heroes over here. They have a ward though, I don't know.
Yeah, ran away from his ward too.
Sometimes.
Just a wee bit.
Then we have bottom again. It's Fastloff. Had a relatively rough landing phase last game. This time, he has a bit of a better lane, but again, it's into Fire Spirits and a Mars, so not the greatest lane in the world.
Fun. Yeah, not the most fun.
It's better than Monkey King Dawnbreaker, I can tell you that much. He's high-fiving his tower. He's still in good spirits. We're good. He's high-fiving the tower. Mid lane, again, is the Void Spirit Queen of Him. We talked about it a bit during the draft. And again, it's similar gameplay for both of them. Get bottle. Try to outskill. Definitely the small campaign in favor the Quap a bit of a top lane. Again, it'll be Axe going down. He will have TP again at the very least, but a second death on a hero like Axe, who's heavily momentum based, is not ideal.
No, this is their last pick, and it's dying. Radiant is crumbling before our eyes.
I mean, luckily, it's not anywhere near over yet, but it's definitely not the greatest start to this top lane. However, mid lane, again, Polo had a great start to the laning phase last game. He's having a great start this game as well. He's right now 13-0 versus Queen of Pain 7-2, so Polo is just looking to put the team in the back. We saw it in the first round elimination series, where Polo put the team on his back. He's looking to do it again.
He is giving him the works right now. How is this even possible?
Big time
doubling
players
his CS.
make big time plays.
Because like pretty high MMR.
Yeah, I mean he's like what, 7K probably?
Yeah.
Good player. I'm a little bit concerned for Fastloff. I mean, he has 10 last hits, but the 5 denies on the Mars is definitely not fun for him. Definitely one of those lanes where having the XP is a big deal. You want to get to a decent level before Mars has 6, but again, the cookie in results in a favorable trade. That's a lot of HP taken from Nova and Force your Lingus. It's a nice win right there.
What do you scale on your voids here? You maxing your Q or you maxing your E?
I think you have to skill the Q, right? Just to keep up with the spear and the rebukes. Wait a minute, cookie to stun. Is there a bash? No bash. But again, Flesh Canoe will die for the kill. He will secure it. Nova wants vengeance, has spirits. Fastloff will time walk, has 4 wand charges. In the bash!
Oh,
There's your bash. 2 kills.
What a bash.
Well, suddenly now both safe lanes going pretty well. And mid lane still, it's Polo in the lead. And you mentioned how you want to see BullJaXX win 2 lanes if they want to win this game. Right now, they are in the position to win 2 games. Or win 2 lanes.
Yeah.
I'm spoiling the script a little bit.
Oh no, no, no.
No?
Expose the admins.
Oh. Everyone knows the meme at this point.
Yeah.
That's one of those like incredibly obvious memes.
Love
The whole
the
script one.
names, dude. Yep. Yeah, the script was Boring Zone versus Funny Zone finals, but that didn't work out.
That's too zone based. You know, we had it in the writers meeting for season 9. Head bonkers versus head bonk. We decided that's too unrealistic. So we had to give you another title. Top lane CB is going to die, by the way. Good spin from Clueless. Printing one more decay from CB. Actually, I shouldn't say good spin. I should say fortunate spin because he didn't really control that one. It's kind of happened. Again, we're seeing it's time for some Axe Dota. This is Axe's happy place between the dire side T1 and T2 towers. Cutting
As
waves.
soon as it hits 5 minutes, he is fucked off behind the tower.
I guess the one concern is suddenly the Windrunner will not be getting any flag bearer buffs from that. You know, no extra gold, but it happens.
It definitely can happen. It does free up the Dying to go bottom and bully the Void, which can be a little rough. Or I guess you can just fight him, but... Yeah, Clueless does not win this fight.
He's trying. He is not succeeding, but he is trying. Mid lane, both mid laners are 6, by the way, so it is time for the all-important minute 6 rune. Both mid laners have a rune ward. Polo goes bottom. Does he get lucky? Ooh, Polo the Remnants. Good Remnant now steps in on Vico. Vico, does a Shadow Strike dodged. Again, Plop is low, has a Fairy Fire. Will now use it, and will blink away. Good attempt there by Polo Micro Fry, no success. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's a bit of a jaunt by 4th year Lingus under the tower, past the tower even. Pass off is forced to time lock. Flesh Canoe is low. Top lane is all there's fighting going on. Bottom lane, it's the big fight going on. Mars, half HP. Flesh Canoe, even lower than that. A good bash from Fat Sloth. The time dilation has ended. And Mars will walk away. Back over to top lane. The TP in by Vico on Queen of Pain. Sonic Wave, of course, is online. Call on Undying. But it will not work. Here comes Concoction. Here comes Tombstone. The dagger from Flop. The scream. Sonic Wave. Axe. Could not Culling Blade in time on the CB. Undying. Out of range at the end of his cast animation. Clueless. Will fall. That is a big kill on Axe right there.
Yes, it's hard. His game is getting rougher and rougher by the death. He's at 3 now.
Honestly, he's doing well CS-wise, and PMA really isn't, but these kills are a big deal in the lane. Wait, did Void just dip Queen of Pain for rotating to an entirely unrelated lane? What is that? Fast Slop tipping game is bad.
It's so bad. Like, I don't understand these tips. They're not even that impactful.
It don't make sense. They really don't.
Like, sure, if he fucked this TP up and did nothing, then yeah, but like he did stuff.
Yeah, it involves 2 lanes that he's not in. The mid lane and the top lane, of which he's not a part of. Top lane, by the way, it's a die from Clueless. Call on to Alk. Is raging chemically. And as a result, no one will die. I want to let you, oh shit, my bottom lane's fight going on. Fat Loss is incredibly low. Has no chrono. There's no arena either. The dive in. Fat Loss will wand. Polo wants to kill these dire side heroes. Clueless meanwhile kills CB top lane. Step in bottom lane. Polo looking for Nova. Nova is low. 4th year Lingus is low. Scatterblast is missed. Polo moves to 4th. 4th is trying to escape. He'll spear away Flesh Canoe. The time walk in. The remnant not even needed. That is your kill for Faceless Void. So across the map, it's 2 kills for Toilet Jork.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They showed signs of life from this Radiant side here. They definitely want their game 3.
I guess the one problem is Alchemist Dota is happening soon. He went for Phase Soul Ring plus an extra Chainmail, but again, eventually the Radiance will be online, and that is when his game will truly accelerate. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Spear on Void. He tried to allow Fastlock to get a time walk off, but again, it was still on cooldown, so there was no way out there but death.
Oh, rough. Yeah, I grabbed some more water. Be back.
Okay. Meanwhile, top lane, there's a bit of a fight going on. It's two simultaneous 1v1s occurring, but... and nobody will die anywhere. Looking at Queen of Pain. He's rotating around currently, but... currently no ganks occurring. Fourth and Fat Sloth both do not have their ultimates. We'll see Chrono and Arena very soon. Arena is online. Meanwhile, on the top lane, it's Clueless and Microfried looking for another kill on CB. CB, as Tombstone, has not used it quite yet. Coin Blade, pump faked, now used. Down goes CB. One more kill for Clueless. Now third kill. He's 3 and 3 in the axe. Over to bottom lane. Both cores have their 6. Chrono online, not quite used. And the fighting again will end. Surprisingly, Axe, still number 1 in net worth. He is outpacing the Alchemist right now, which is, fairly difficult to do. Again, it is an Alchemist. Bottom lane. Dire look for a kill on Snapfire. Arena committed on 2. Polo steps through the arena looking for Queen of Pain, who's low in HP. Now it's 2 in the inside of the Chrono. Vico dead. Radiant moves Supernova and will barely kill it before it stuns. Now, with 2 kills in their bag, they move for a third. It's fourth. Currently time dilated. Currently slowed. Currently pretty much consigned to his fate of death. That is 3 kills there for the side of Toilet Jork. 2 of them going to Polo and the Voice Spirit. That is a nice skirmish win bottom lane.
That's huge. Right inside here, pulling ahead a little bit more.
Yeah. At the point where, other than the Alchemist, all 3 of these cores in the Radiant are ahead of their counterparts. And the Alchemist is kind of getting help from being an Alchemist. Other than that, Voice Spirit 1k ahead of the Queen of Pain. Axe, nearly 3k ahead of the Mars. Mid lane again, a jump on Queen of Pain to Mortimer's Kisses. There, oh, the damage, it's enough! Vico is dead, another kill for Toilet Jork. That's 10 kills now, they are playing some good Dota right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Time is money.
This, oh my word! This Phoenix has not scaled his E.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Yeah.
This is not correct.
At the build nowadays, you get early point Sunray.
I mean, the W is fine, but the extra point in the Icarus dive is not fine.
I guess it gives him a little more burst damage before
Yeah,
Supernova.
it does like
but-
increase the damage, like double the amount, but the Sunray is so much damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
If we're looking at the Alchemist Radiance Watch, he's about to finish the Relic, and he will do so around the time that his T1 top dies. So both teams will have done the classic trade, the T1 for T1 in both teams' safe lanes.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Just tends to be how it goes. However, with an Invis Room, Polo hunts for PMA. I believe PMA may have had an idea thanks to the Sentry War, but it might just be too late. He will concoction Polo, but the Coin Blade will kill PMA. That's an important kill. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, Fatlock will time lock away from the Sonic Wave. Chrono on 3. Fatlock is incredibly low, but again, it's another time lock away. He escapes his certain death. And now Radiant, TP in everyone. Supernova has been used. Radiant will focus it down. Nova down. There's 2 dead on the Dire side. Radiant move to Mars. 4th year Lingus will fall. Vico will be forced to blink away. And the Tombstone 2 will perish. So basically 3.5 kills worth of gold. A big gain there for Toilet Jork. And they are controlling this game right now.
Some things.
It's another kill on CB. He'll dodge the Remnant, but by dodging Remnant, he walks into the call range. That's another kill for Clueless.
Dire's
Nice hustle from the Radiant. Get a little bit more kills out of that. Axe is having a hell of a game right now.
We were very concerned as well with the way his game started. But
I thought he was going to feed.
it's a hero he's very comfortable on. He accepted his early deaths. He accepted his early 0 and 2 and said, you know what? I will farm. And when I am farmed, I will run at my opponents. And he is currently running at the opponents. That's your Blink Dagger as well on it. That's a third item.
Yeah, he's doing really good.
Vanguard, Blade Mail, and the Blink. He is online. We still do not have our Radiance for PMA. Usually you want your Radiance, a good bit before that 15-minute mark in an ideal game. It has not been an ideal game, but the timing is certainly delayed. He'll have the Talisman delivered around minute 16 or so. Probably slightly below, before that, but at this point, Radiant are not done with their aggression. It's another 3-man smoke. Kisses is not online for 8 more seconds for Flesh Canoe, but looking at the Radiant vision, they see very little, but they know there's an Alchemist's the PMA TP. That's a very, very important TP. Dire, I believe, saw a little bit of the aggression there, and as a result, PMA got spooked. Rightfully TP'd away from that one, and now he'll survive.
That's a great spider sense right there. Spidey senses shit. They shove.
Now we're buying time for Dire to get these key items. The Blink Dagger on Mars is completed. The Radiance on Alk is completed. Queen of Pain. Headed for a Witchblade first, currently. That is the build that Vico's opting for this game. Will be some Witchblade on Witchblade action. Polo, by the way, is Invis mid lane, steps in. Remnant is dodged. Good reaction time from Vico to get away. Clueless is diving anyways, has a blink call. Will not use it. Instead, Radiant will turn their attention to the mid T1 tower, which is now fallen.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I want to see Radiant stay aggressive, stay like towards the top and the middle areas, and start shoving these lanes in. Maybe work towards a Roche soon.
That appears to be the case.
Sapphire.
The blink call will miss. But again, it's a lot of playing mid lane. Mid and top lane is where they're playing currently. Ooh, bottom lane. White Spirit will look for Mars, but Mars blinks away easily in time. Now the blink call from Axe on over to Vico, and Vico is going to perish. Brought to the grave by Culling Blade. A 6-stack of armor for Clueless, and he is again looking for more. Looking at Radiant Vision, they see very little. Meanwhile, Dire are well aware the Radiant are here, but Clueless does not care. He doesn't care that they know. Spear on Windrunner, Arena, committed, Polo, will assimilate away from the arena. Now Clueless hit the Tombstone, a very bold play from him, but will it pay off? He'll call on one, Blade Mail on top, Undying is dead. The trade will be for Axe. That's an important counter kill. The goal going to PMA of all players as well, and now it's a spear on Polo. Polo has to simulate, but still needs to escape. Sunray. A little bit late. Polo again steps away. Fourth is chasing. Has Spear in one. Spear will get the kill on Polo. That's a bit of a disaster right there for Toilet Jork.
Yeah, not good. This Alchemist starting to take off a little bit further away from the the Axe. He was a little bit behind. Now it's starting to take off a lot faster with his Radiance. Especially winning a fight as well.
Oh, toppling a Chrono from Vatsloth. In the 1v2 just kills Vico. Had a couple of fortunate bashes there, but a kill is a kill, and with the solo kill on a Queen of Pain, that's a very huge deal. He's going in again. Vatsloth. He's a bold player. He's batching the Undying again. Vatsloth will survive with his time walk, and now Nova's in a lot of danger right now. Blink is online on X. They do not see Phoenix. Phoenix has dive available, but it's too late. Radiant are saying, Nova, you will not go. You will die to Culling Blade. A 7th Culling Blade stack for Clueless. And they'll be parlayed into likely a tier 2 tower take top lane.
Mars working towards his BKB here. That's like his next thing. Queen of Pain has just been butchered this game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it last game. Again, Vico had a fantastic game on Quap, but this game, it's
Dire's top tower
far departure away from last game. Let's put it that way. If you are keeping track, the T2 top is officially dead, and of course the outpost has been taken as well, so this Dire side jungle is officially a no-go zone for the Dire. You do not walk in there. You do not at any point go there. Actually, both teams are smoking. Okay. This could be the game-deciding fight. If Radiant win this fight, if they kill PMA in it, it could be a disaster. Both teams have their offlaner pop their smoke. And now both teams back off. Okay. Thought we might have a team fight in their hands, but instead we have farming. We are seeing BKB finished on Alchemist. He is, of course, headed for a Blink Dagger after that one. The very standard Radiance BKB Blink type build. But before the Blink is finished, Dire move top lane for a very aggressively farming Bat Sloth. Blink, Arena, Spear, Concoction, the damage, overwhelming. Hisses Void, dead. Radiant want Vengeance, but again, a Tombstone will delay the jump from Clueless. His Blink is broken. He cannot find the right jump. Shackle on Queen of Pain to attempt to retreat. But there's a Concoction on Flesh Canoe. The Snapfire will perish as well. That's 2 deaths there on Toilet Jork. And it seems like the remainder of the team will get away, but again, that is a smoke gank accomplished, a good target found. Good play there from Moozy's Crying. Did Polo just go for a... That's a very bold play by Polo, and that's not going to pay off. He's going to get annihilated here, and he's dead. It's a...
Nice tag by Nova there, securing the kill.
Well, we're suddenly a lot more concerned for... We're a lot more concerned for Toilet Jork suddenly, aren't we? With both Fat Sloth and Polo dying like that. Both Void Brothers will fall. Wait a minute. There is a Chrono incoming mid lane, it appears. Fast Sloth. Chrono and BK. Oh no! Oh no!
What can you do?
What can you do? A disastrous Chrono! Now at this point, it's time to walk away when the only person on the inside is one of your teammates. That is not just good blink action from PMA. He sniffed it out. He got away there, and that's not Chrono down for 2 more minutes. Oh no. What can you do? Yeah. Hey, Bold, I have an answer. I know what we can do. We can return to farming.
Yes, yes we can.
We can return to more farming. That's what we're going to do. Return to the farm game. That's what we've been doing, but wait a minute. 3-man smoke. Dire did not see it. Both teams 3-man smoke. Oh boy. Again, both teams know there is no Chrono. Supernova remains on cooldown for 15 more seconds. Clueless leads the way into the Dire Tri-Camp. Smokes have been popped. PMA on the low ground. It's chain stunned and he's dead. The Arena will at least reach a vengeance point. It's now a 1-for-1 trade. PMA for Clueless. At this point, that is... You are not happy losing your Alchemist at any point. He is the most important here for the Dire, and just losing him there is a disaster.
Yeah, didn't get his ulti off on the Alchemist, and just wasn't able just to regen any health.
That's unfortunate too. He was caught in the low ground like that. Yeah, smoke popped. Alk was here. The axe was there. I guess PMA maybe could have just preemptively chemical raged, but at that point it's just too late.
Axe is getting his BKB as well. It's gonna be really nice for his game. He got his Blink Dagger pretty early, but his growth is really stifled recently.
It's been a team fight game. I guess when you're just running around constantly not hitting creeps, it's a little bit harder to hit creeps. During that time, though, it's been Fatsloth taking that space. He's now number 2 in net worth, number 1 among non-Alchemist-based heroes, so he's doing okay for himself. Still on close.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looking at Radiant Vision, they have some idea there's heroes in their jungle, but they don't have an exact location on the app. They know he's somewhere in this area, but could not find the jungle. Meanwhile, in the dire side jungle, bit of a 2v1 occurring. Neither team wants to fully commit to that one. A bit scared of who could be waiting in the shadows. Dire. Still look. Link Spear online. Rebuke missed. Polo steps in. Forcing BKB from Mars. PMA. Look to blink in. Stunning. Flesh Canoe. Snapfire certainly is dead. However, it seems that the remainder of Toilet Jork will get away, so a BKB for a Snapfire, a relatively even trade.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Look at
Fatsloth up
Fatsloth.
here.
He's just up there right now.
Yeah, he's just chilling up here. It's ballsy, dude.
Chrono.
Uh-oh.
He will again look for a solo kill on Queen of Pain, and this time again, he will succeed. As his second solo kill on Queen of Pain in this game, he'll TP away in time. The only cancel was Supernova, but again, Supernova a little bit too long. It's a 6-second delay, so you have to be really on point to get that stun. Some great reads. And now Radiant have 3 top lane. They see Mars, whose BKB, by the way, is still on cooldown, and they know it's Culling Blade kill for Clueless, now the 8th Culling Blade kill of the game. And Nova is now the new target, silenced by the Resonant Pulse. And Nova, join your teammates in the grave, now 3 dead. And Radiant, they're going for Roshan.
Yeah, it's pretty big for Radiant's side here. With the Clop dead, they were in no position to fight, but they still just got caught out.
It seems like Fatsloth in very good spirits right now. He's laughing. He is laughing. He's laughing his way all the way to a free. Never mind, he will not get the Aegis, a little Polo instead. But regardless, Roshan taken by Toilet Jerk. They're up by 6k. And by the way, that 6k is very misleading. Because they're up by 6k against an Alchemist. So against like a normal carry, it's the equivalent of being up like 10k, you know? It's a big lead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh. Looks like Dire's moving out to the bottom side here. Just trying to get some wards up in this area. This is the jungle. Get some map presence. Get some of their tier 3 items. Game's still winnable. Just definitely like just a little bit harder right now.
I'm sure the people want a game 3. It's seeming a lot like they might get a game 3. Obviously not over, as you mentioned, but if you had to ask who's winning, there's zero doubt it's the Radiant currently. Even though Dota Plus says there's a 100% chance for Dire to win. I think it's fair to say Radiant are leading currently by a decent margin. Mid lane, Blink Call on Mars. Step in, Remnant on the Mars as well. Mars is dropping. He's healed by CB temporarily with the solar, but it will not save his life. Now PMA blinks back on his finds Flesh Newt's 1-for-1 trade. Dire move to Polo, but instead turn to Clueless, who's hitting a tombstone. Oh, the huge solar appeal in the tombstone ensures that Clueless will fall. He'll try to walk away, but there is no way out of this. Death. Wait, okay, he bought up time for PMA to die. Huge spins there at the end, and now it's Nova being jumped upon by Fatsloth. Fatsloth gets a kill, and Chrono again on Vico, and Vico will get annihilated by Fatsloth. So overall there, a bit of a weird fight, but Radiant easily the winners, a 4-for-2 in their favor. And another more momentum, a 2k gold swing, a free T2 tower. That's a lot of stuff right there.
Dire's middle tower.
Yes, it is. Yes, it definitely is. The Radiant's going towards the high ground here. You think they can hold on Dire? They got a glyph.
The answer is yes, but it's not a very happy yes. It's more like one's like, yeah, I guess we're defending it. Radiant, like, you know what? We'd rather just have farm than have a tier 3 tower. It is respawn time. Again, Dire have most of their tools online. Supernova, the big one that's not available though, it is 45 seconds until Supernova. But they know Chrono's on cooldown. Chrono is the most important Radiant team fighting tool. Problem is, again, smoking down 10k with no Supernova. It's hard.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I would just wait for my spells personally, but see what they choose to do.
The only problem is if you wait for your spells, then the Radiant also get their spells. And okay, here we go. They're trying to thread the needle. 5-man smoke. They find Flash Canoe, the easiest of kills to obtain, and they will get it. However, it might be costly. Polo is silencing everyone right now. The damage is absolutely absurd. Not 1-for-1 trade. Polo will lose the Aegis, but in return, they get a kill on Vico. Now it's a 2-for-1 plus Aegis. Polo has returned. PMA blinks in, killing Micro Fry. Supernova has been activated. Polo is forced to step away. Fastlock will BKB and Time Walk. So far, not a terrible fight for the Dire. Polo again will simulate dodge a rebuke, but a spear is on point. Polo is 1/4 HP again, steps away. Remnant on PMA. Now PMA will self-stun. Who is called CB? Microfry buys back. Chrono is up in 7. PMA won't even live for 7. And now it's Sasslop again, time walking in towards CB. CB perishes. That's a dive back on Undying. In Toilet Jork, they're getting stronger and stronger, even further and further ahead. Fastloff wants to kill on Nova. The call from Clueless, the shackle from Micro Fry. Another kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Could be 2 racks here. Definitely 1 racks for sure.
At this point, no doubt about it. It is going to be a very, very clean first set of racks. They maybe look to force out a buyback. They know Alk is dead for 30, and Basloff, he has his eyes on going to game 3. He knows that it is time to be powerful. He smells the blood in the water. That will glyph.
Are fortified.
And that will save the buildings for now. But again, game state, not good.
Yeah, definitely not the greatest. Dire needs to make some sort of like Hail Mary smoke play and try to catch the backlines before they get off. Or maybe try to blow the void up before he gets his BKB off.
Probably this is proving harder and harder. I mean, look at Fastloff. He bought a Lincoln Sphere. So BKB plus Lincolns is just that much harder. Before you were seeing concoctions at least used. Now you would need either a Lincoln's Popper for concoction or just not concoction. We're gonna need a miracle fight.
Yes, we are.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Again, here we go. Polo has a Hex, Dire Smoke. It's already popped. So they're aware that Radiant are at the edge of the Dire side jungle. Polo again will dissimulate away nice and safely. Fatsloth, whoa there, buddy. You are in a 1v5. You know, time walk away from the 1v5 towards relative safety. Again, it's a DD Chrono. He wants to use it, of course. Tombstone, still not quite dead. Now we'll die.
Jeez, wow.
I guess they kite around the Void DD rune. Okay. Again, PM at the blink away. No more 0-man Chroma from Fastloff. He will not fall for it again. Radiance could go for the easy targets. There is a T2 bottom, a relatively easy jump. And that will be the play for Fastloff. Clueless will be invis around, but with the Sentry Ward, Dire are aware of Clueless going this direction with the Shadow Blade. The C2 tower, though, cannot Icarus dive away. It will die. That is every outer tower dead on the side of Moozy is Crying, and... well, we know what time it is. Time to bring in the side lanes. Get the Equilibrium in a good spot to threaten for Megas. Top lane, Axis Invis, sees Mars. Blink the call. The follow-up is far away, and as a result, 4th Girlingus will BKB and Steepy. An escape, though again, that is BKB on cooldown for 80 more seconds. And we saw last time, where Mars uses BKB very early in killing the Snapfire. Radiant capitalized on Mars' BKB being on cooldown, and they might just do it again. They have the chrono, they are ready to go. And it appears to be go time. Again, we're seeing a bit of a sweep through the map right now. Polo and Clueless, they're running at Dire Tri-Camp. Step in, Hex on CB. And again, CB does not have buyback. Shackle as well on Nova. Another Culling Blade kill. A 12th Culling Blade kill for Clueless.
Oh. More sides left on this Dire side here.
Oh no. Okay, never mind. Clueless will not find the jump. Guess she lacks the mana for call. However, 4th, Will Arena looking to walk away. He has BKB in 18 seconds. He's actually blinking for the kill on Microfry, also being the courier of Clueless. 4th again is looking to juke it around, stepped in by Polo. Hex available for the Void Spirits. Now used into a Mist Remnants. Mortimer's Kisses is on the way. 4th will blink. He somehow survived mid lane. A solo chrono from Fastloff will solo kill Vico again. I think the 3rd time this game a solo chrono has killed the Queen of Pain in that fashion. And now 4th will escape with the BKB and TP. But again, despite some good jukes by Mr. Mars, it will not be enough to stop your base from taking a lot of damage. His T3 top is dead and Fastloff still wants to go in again. Concoction on the way. Pops the Lincolns.
Nice, nice.
Blink call on Undying. Undying. Certainly will die again. Again, still has no buyback. It's not cooldown for a minute 30 longer. That will be top Rex. Easily taken. And of course, Negas will be on the mind of Toilet Jork. They'll be patient. They're not even going for Megas yet. They're going for Roshan instead. They know they are going to win this game too if they play correctly. And they're playing it correctly, really. I mean, they're playing it slowly. They get a second Roshan. Second Aegis. Free Shard. Do they have 5 shards? No, they have 4 shards. Void Spirit doesn't have a shard. Perfect. Someone
like
can get a free shard.
Big fan of it.
Alright. Polo, the big winner of the Roshan, gets a free shard. 1,400 gold saved, and again, it's now 2 lives on Fastloff. You mentioned maybe Dire can kill Fastloff. But BKB, Scotty, Lincoln's, Aegis, you're not killing Fastloff. Clueless? Oh my.
Uh-oh.
That is a very awkward pause. So, you know what? Dire see the axe right now. They're probably not going to fight this now. Probably. Maybe they just go for it. Maybe they just go for the miraculous team fight play. They see Axe, like, you know what? Let's jump on Axe, maybe.
I think so. I think they can definitely burst him.
Problem is, they don't know where the other 4 heroes are. If they're just like right outside that ward vision, then we have a problem on our hands. Because once again, say the Void Spirit at the very edge of this dire vision right here where the trees are. That's a time lock in chrono possibility right there. Wait, it's on cooldown, never mind. Do dire know it's on cooldown? If they're keeping exact track, they know.
I doubt they are. That's a hard one to keep on track.
Maybe you just need a team to have like 6 stopwatches. You set them to exact intervals. Like, alright, Pistol's Void. Set a 1 40-second timer. Apparently fast off blue screen, so
Uh-oh.
we may be here for a bit.
Yikes.
Hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully. It's the nice awkward pause, you know, it's
Yeah.
the game is kind of over. I mean, one more team fight will mean it is over if Dire loses. Again, a lost team fight means the game is instantly over. You have no buyback on 4 heroes. You only have it on Queen of Pain. So, I think to win this fight,
I really need to win on this fight to stay in the game.
yeah. Yeah, I don't see it happening, but it's certainly possible. Getting a lot of honk sounds, a lot of elephant sounds, a lot of Russian commentator sounds. We're just, chilling. Wait a minute. We're back. We're back.
there we
We're
go.
back. Fast Sloth is back. He is in our Dota lobby. Our pause has ended. He's apologizing for the blue screen. WCYD is in the chat. Here we go. We are getting some go and... Oh, there we go. G's are here. Do we see the jump? Power shot. Scouted for the Mars. Mars has been spotted. He can BKB. Hasn't used it yet. Fast Sloth goes for backline. Supernova is a bit on the high ground, but again, is it dead? No, it is not. So CB is dead. Supernova stunned. It's a 1-for-1 trade currently. Now Tombstone has one more Supernova on the floor. Radiant focus it down. This time there is no survival, but Dire will kill Polo. Chronosphere on 2. It's PMA and fourth. Fourth will die. And now it's a 1v1 man fight between the 2 carries. Fast Sloth on PMA. Abyssal on Void. Void will time lock again, trying to maintain his Aegis. The blink call on Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain gets annihilated by power shots. 4 dead. 2 have buyback. Queen of Pain and Phoenix. So it's currently a 3v3 if Dire use their buybacks.
Should be another Rax for the Radiant side here.
Could be. There comes your glyph. Tombstone used. Time lock in. Gale Force on CB. CB is not quite dead yet. Buyback from Vico. Concoction on 2. PMA looks for Clueless kill. And he will get it. That is a big kill on X. And now Fast Sloth will attempt to maintain life on his Aegis. Concoction. Will hit Flesh Canoe. Flesh Canoe has an on disc and Glimmer Cape, but escaping here will be very, very hard. Dust used. Cookie over the high ground to the low ground, but Dire will pursue. Flesh Canoe looks to juke. He went up. Dire. Wait a minute. They're struggling to find Flesh Canoe. Glimmer again used. If Flesh Canoe actually gets away here, oh, he somehow juked out everybody. And
What a
now
god.
Fast Sloth again is time locking in, and Polo arrives. Hex on PMA. PMA is in danger. He BKBs now, but at this point, the Dire again are collapsing. Abyssal on Polo. Polo again, as he's gone into his death, the trade is for PMA, and PMA is the big kill right there. Shackle on Vico after he kills Flesh Canoe. But the problem remains. Fat Sloth, you still cannot kill that man. He still has 2 lives, but at this point, he's running out of teammates. His teammates keep dying.
He has a refresher and 2 Chronos soon. Oh, this is gonna be. He can just go in there and win.
Chrono and 7, as you mentioned. Time Walk. Beard back. Fat Sloth wants to engage Shackle on Nova. Nova has Supernova in time. Meanwhile, it's Fat Sloth looking to zone. Sonic Wave kills Micro Fry. Back to Fat Sloth. He Chronos on 2 for the escape. He'll walk back into the Chrono. He's wasting his own time here. Vico blinks away in time. Fat Sloth may have overextended. His BKB is on cooldown. He still has Aegis. He can refresh. He is again ready to go for more. Refresher. Chrono on nobody from Fat Sloth. But he will go the Range Rex. So he will get something for his efforts. Fletch can use way to tip this man. And now the Clues will return with a call on CB. Abyssal Blade used on Undying. Undying is certainly dead. Nova refreshes, has one more Supernova. Vico with BKB looking to survive Fat Sloth, who's focusing the backs. Fat Sloth time locks for the egg, and the egg will barely die.
Oh my.
Now call on Queen of Pain, the bash as well. Vico will perish to another bash. There's 2 spears, but it's just too late. Fat Sloth and Clueless are in the arena, but they might just be too tanky. Clutch Canoe has returned. Phoenix will dive through everything. PMA again has responded to the fight. It's been that long. Concoction on Clueless. Nova is dead and tired. They're just running out of bodies. PMA again will BKB. Spear again on 2. It's Void and Void. Kisses are on the way, damaging PMA. He's half HP. Correction, 0 HP. Too much damage from the Mortimer's Kisses. Now fourth. The lone survivor will get run at and brought down. A full 5-man left. We'll be headed to a game number 3.
Nicely played from Toilet Jork here, bringing it back. Oh. Alright, Badger, I hate to do this to you, but I'm bailing on you for game 3.
Yeah.
I feel like a headache because I'm getting a little sick, so I'm really down.
Feel better, man. You got any final words? Call out, shouts, say people, the people of League of Lads?
Shout out Frostfire.
Alright, see, man, you feel better.
Yeah.
That sucks. We have lost BullJaXX. Feels bad, man. What can you do? He is a bit under the weather, which happens sometimes. I believe he said he was still recovering from COVID, which again, not fun. Not fun at all, but it's okay. We'll be headed to game 3 in the near future. It is on our plate, and it's where we will be I do mean very soon. Coin flip for game 3 will go to Moozy is Crying. When they had the ability to choose, they chose Dire in game 2. And this time they will mix it up. So again, they chose Dire last time. This time they choose second pick. And Toilet Jork will grab Radiant. So again, it will be Moozy is Crying playing the Dire side all 3 games. And Toilet Jork playing the Radiant side all 3 games. We have a bit of a delay between now and game 3. But it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through the intermission. We will have game 3 very soon. It's gonna be good. It is going to be good. I'm going to need to grab some more water. But that's okay too. Looking back at game two, though, we had a long pause. I feel like we've kind of analyzed game two to death. Where again, Axe had a good game, Void recovered his game, Polo popped off. Moozy was crying, could not recover from their relatively poor laning phase. And again, you could argue that Toilet Jork won all three lanes if you want to. You look at the player net worth, and there's certainly an argument for it. If you're comparing, the only role where Dire are ahead is really the carry role. But again, when your carry is an alchemist, he's usually going to outpace the opposing carry. It's kind of what happens, We nearly saw the Axe at the fabled 7k at minute 11 mark, which is kind of the barometer of a truly farmed man. You get 7k net worth minute 11 on like a non-alchemist type hero, and it's like, oh my god, this guy's so farmed. Not quite there, but again, very close on the Axe. I am interested to see what the bans end up being. Again, do we stick with the Game 2 bans? And the Game 2 bans worked out. In terms of they banned on this Toilet Jork side, they banned out Enigma, they banned out Earthshaker. They did not want to deal with the main teamfight engines of the Game 1 side on Moozy is Crying. Question of the day is, do Moozy is Crying mix up their bans? Because they got the Undying. They got the Undying, but they still lost. They banned out Ember Wyvern game 1. And again, Wyvern, very good hero. Ember, very good hero. They want to ban out the Polo signature Ember Spirit. Perhaps they let it through game 3 and they mix up their bans. That could be the direction it goes. It's certainly possible. We are still waiting on Clueless to take his slot. I'm just going to put teams ready in the chat. Even though I'm well aware that Toilet Jork are not going to say they are. And unsurprisingly, I've gotten the no from Toilet Jork. I've gotten no response from Moozy is Crying either, so it seems like both teams are, again, doing a bit of a reset physically and mentally from game 2. Trips for water, trips to the bathroom. Simply ensuring... Oh, so one team ready. We have a ready from Toilet Jork. Oh. Both teams, I've said they're ready, but one team is still not ready. So again, it is time to still not be ready. I'm not quite sure if Fat Sloth is memeing or not. It is impossible to... Oh, I'm doing it. I'm pressing the button, because we're now headed into game number 3. It's game 3 time, baby.
Radiant team ban.
I'm going to go and grab some water. I'll be right back. I will see you all very soon.
Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Con el wombo combo perfecto.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds Dire remaining. Team pick.
Omni Knight.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Clockwork.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Faceless Void.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Message.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Mirana. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You know, sometimes you return from grabbing some water, going to the bathroom, and you wonder exactly how some of these Dota heroes got on your screen. Visage, a hero who was definitely banned in Game 1, I believe also banned in Game 2, is now on my screen. Looked it up, actually was not banned Game 2, only banned Game 1. It was a first phase ban Game 1, entirely untouched Game 2, and now it's a second phase pick Game 3. Bit of an odd journey for Visage. We got Clock Omnia as well. Moozy is crying. For Toilet Jork, It is the Wyvern Void Morana Sand King. Definitely a strong potential ganking line. Speaking of heroes who were banned out the first 2 games, Wyvern was the first phase banned both Game 1 and Game 2. It is the 5 pick in Game 3. So again, the Ember ban prioritized, Undying the new ban. PMA not willing to play against the Undying. So, yeah, bans Shaker Enigma have been kept. Ember kept, Undying the new ban. Second phase bans Slark, Alchemist, Puck, Axe, DP, Snapfire. All, again, understandable bans, given either the way the series has gone, or the player preferences, or the way the meta has shifted so far. A lot of reserve time being used on this 18 pick, and again, shouldn't be too surprising. This is the probably most important pick of the draft. Again, obviously 24 is very important, but at that point, there's already bans on the floor. You kind of know what you're going to get by 24. This 18 pick reveals a bit. Again, I would expect a carry selection here for PMA with the 18 pick. That is highly what I would expect. Maybe it's a hero like Lifestealer or Jug to land into the Sand King Mirana. Again, they're both not great into Wyvern and Void, but they're good in the Sand King Mirana. Instead, we get a hero who is going to add a degree of chaos in the mid and late game in that Spectre. But I'm a bit concerned it might have a rough start to the game. Again, the Mirana Sand King lane can certainly do a lot of damage. It's Sand King laning into a melee hero, a relatively unstable laning hero as well as Spectre. Spectre's not necessarily a lane dominator, so again, if Clueless has a very good laning phase, and again, he's had a relatively rough day in terms of lanes. If he has a pop-off Game 3 laning phase, then we have a big problem on our hands for the Dire early game. Of course, we are still looking at mid laners. We don't quite know yet where the mid laners are going to be selected, but again, it's going to be the last 2 picks. Both of them almost certainly going to be mid laners here. Both teams know it. Notable unbanned mids. Void Spirit is unbanned still. That might be the 23 pick here. Again, there's not the greatest counters to Void Spirit right now. There's not that much lockdown. Clockwork and Visage Familiars are really the only ones. So, yeah, Polo likes the hero. It's not his best mid, but one of his better mids. So, that could just be where we're headed, a 23 pick Void Spirit, and then that will allow Vico to have his counter pick into the Void Spirit. But again, not the most counterable mid in the world. "44 seconds remaining. We are almost there. We are really getting there. I mean, we're at the last picks. For all these teams, it will be their last pick of the season. Remember, the loser of this game will be eliminated. The winner will make the top 6. So this is a big stakes series. And there it is. It is the quote-unquote obvious pick in the Void Spirit, and it's an instant snap pick Storm Spirit. It seems like Dire knew it was a possibility. So you know what, maybe if they got Void Spirit, we'll grab the Storm. Again, the laning phase into Void Spirit, it's not necessarily that exceptional, but in the mid-game and in the late game, a Storm Spirit can certainly have its time with a Void Spirit. The only concern is, if Void Spirit has a super good laning phase, gets out ahead early, gets like a Witchblade into Ag's timing before Stormer's BKB, then we have a problem on our hands. And again, we saw last game, Polo popped off. So I'm going to be looking at this mid lane. I think this mid lane is going to be very important in this game in terms of the direction of the game here. We want like if you're a fan of either team, you want your mid laner to win the lane in dominant fashion, because that will likely be the main decider for a lot of this one. Radiant have the better team fight combination. Chronosphere, Epicenter, Winter's Curse. However, Dire do have a very potent late game, and they also have a fairly powerful Visage timing. If Fourth Lingus owns his lane, he can really apply a lot of pressure, and certainly he can die at the Radiant gank him, but the resources required to kill, say, an Aghanims plus Wraith Pact Visage means you will create space for Spectre, you will create space for Storm, and those are heroes who can engage. Like, look at it. Clockwork, Spectre, Storm can engage from so far away that what appears to be an alone Visage could easily be a hero who has 3 heroes on top of him with a long-range hook shot, with a long-range Storm Zip, with a global Spectre Haunt, so. I like the Toilet Jork draft better, but again, it's a very tenuous state of affairs right now. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 3 of Toilet Jork taking on Moozy is Crying. It is an elimination best of 3. The winner advances to the top 6. The loser goes home. My name's Badger. I was joined by BullJaXX. He is no longer here, as currently he is feeling sick and he is now in bed. So for the late evening game, it will be just me.
Wonderful.
Unlike some of the earlier games, we will not be seeing too much pre-horn action. Most likely we will see a trade of bounty runes. It is possible someone like Fast Sloth dies here, but again, it's very unlikely. Yeah, we are going to see wait, Fast Sloth's going in. He can secure a 3rd rune here, and fourth. Oh no, he got scared away. Looking at the dire vision, they saw no heroes. They thought perhaps maybe Radiant could have 3 or 4 heroes bottom lane going for first blood attempts. That Sloth had the killer instinct, went in, no cares about his own death. In 4th, he did not want to gamble. He's dying for first blood. So that is 3 runes. Looking at lanes, I like the Dire bottom lane. I believe the combo is stronger. I believe Fast Sloth will farm, but again, it's a very strong lane combo. Top lane. I don't believe CB's heals will be quite enough to make this lane good, but it should be relatively even. Maybe slightly in Radiant's favor, looking for an outplay on either side. In the mid lane, it's definitely a skill matchup. Biko chose the lane. He wanted this counter pick. He certainly found the lane matchup. Again, so far, Polo, he's been popping off in the laning phase all day. And again, he's so far winning the lane. He's winning the lane so hard, it distracted me from first blood. I have missed first blood, my B. But again, he's doing a great job mid lane again on Polo. I've been praising his play all playoffs. I think he has stepped up immensely this playoffs as a player, and again, he's owning. He is ready to play Dota. Good deny there from Storm. The equilibrium situation in the bottom lane is quite the mess right. Or not the top lane is quite the mess right now. PMA Missed a couple last hits under tower. He might regret those later. Because in a lane like this, every last hit counts. When you lane as the Sand King, you don't get the most opportunities in the world sometimes. One of them was blown. Bottom lane, Dasloth got very aggressive with positioning, went under the dire side tower, but time walked away. But overall, nothing too crazy. No lane has gone particularly one way quite yet. Everybody is relatively even on CS. The one notable thing is that first blood, which again is in the hands of the Visage. Other than that, nothing too crazy. It seems like both mid laners will get a minute for Water Rune. The supports appear to be tied down in this lane. Microfry is running away, though, towards the bounty rune. He will secure this bounty rune. Perhaps he can walk on down and secure this Water Rune as well if he wants to. If that's the play he wants. If he wants to enable Polo's game further. We are 20 seconds away from the Water Runes. Polo's walking now towards the bottom Water Rune a little bit, walking around. It's likely he'll go here looking to deny Storm his rune at minute 4. And that will be the case. Void Spirit grabs one Water Rune. Mirana will secure the other, so no rune for Storm. Because Mirana was out of the lane, Sand King was forced to TP away. Could not stand his ground. So again, even though the Storm was a loser, the Spectre was a winner from that engagement. The state of the bottom lane is not ideal for Void, but Void still has some denies. He has 8 denies, actually. But he is level 3. He's still a very far way away from that Chronosphere. He certainly wants that very soon, but we are going to be a while away from that one at the rate we're going. Nova's on the dive. Fat Sloth has Time Walk. Has not used it yet. Will now use it. Dire will Glyph and Cogs. Flash Canoe is in the Cogs, but not quite dead. Nova and fourth. They're winning the trades currently bottom. Even though they're not necessarily winning that hard on CS, actually losing on CS, they're winning the HP trades. So perhaps we may be in for another kill very soon. Top lane. CB, juking, Burrow. Now there, Arrow, the follow-up. CB dead. Now 1-for-1 kill score. Both teams are on the board. Clockwork has left the lane. He is healing now in the fountain. Looking at the bottom lane course. Both of them are level 4, not too close to their 5 right yet. So, again, no 6s anytime soon. Nova will fill bottom mid lane for Vico. Vico is 6. As is Polo. Both are about even on XP. I think we're exactly even on XP there temporarily. Polo steps in. Polo has one more step and assimilate. Now steps through Vico. Void Spirit will get the regen rune. Has Remnant, hits it on Storm. Arrow hits the Clockwork. Assimilates. Not quite used. And will now be used defensively. Flash Canoe arrives mid lane. Slowing Nova. Nobody will die, but because the trade was the way it was, Polo will entirely regen up his HP, while Vico is forced to go all the way to the fountain. So good engagement win for the Radiants. Over to top lane. We have not looked at it in a bit. It is PMA farming. He is currently ahead of Sand King in CS, but by a very small margin. He's opting for the Blade Mail first, perhaps thinking about an active item build. You've seen a number of Spectres recently go for an Aghanims plus Manta type build. PMA looking to get up close and personal use that Blade Mail active early on at the Haunt. Look to hit a timing perhaps with his Visage and Storm very early on in the game. How it will go? Well, that is to be determined. Both top lane cores are about to hit their 6. Looking at the bottom lane cores, we're not too far away from the one on Visage. Though that range creep denied will delay things a little bit longer. We see Micro Fry with a very aggressive ward, looking to perhaps find a Spectre farming in the near future. Speaking of Spectre, he runs a Sand King. The Sand King is a Sand King with a Vanguard. He is fine. Looking at other major items, Fat Sloth has opted for a Midas, going Midas into Mask of Madness. A bit greedy, but again, understandable. We're probably headed for Midas into Mask into BKB. I think if he throws in a Maelstrom as well, it's probably a bit too greedy, but like Midas into Mask into BKB probably is fine. Chronosphere is online for Fat Sloth. Polo TP's in. Fat Sloth will time walk away, though. Void Spirit is invis. He now walks under a Dire Side Sentry Ward. I believe they're now aware. They should be aware at the very least that Polo's here. He still has 2 steps, but that is a gank dodge. Big win there for 4th and Nova. Not dying to have Void Spirit gank. Because Void Spirit left, that is a lot of gold missed out that he could have farmed. That is one of those things with those ganks. If you succeed, big win for you and your team, but if you fail, that hurts your individual game. Mid lane Remnant off the mark from Polo. Vico balls away. And again, unfortunate for Polo. He was looking to grab some big momentum with these ganks, but got a kill with neither. Courtesy of the game, Dire cores are all slightly behind their Radiant side counterparts. But again, very small margins. About 500 gold at most, less in most cases. Top lane, PMA has finished the Blade Mail. He is ready to take damage. And again, there is a decent bit of uncontrollable damage. Epicenter, Sandstorm, it's a lot of damage. Once it's on the floor, you Blade Mail that one, a lot of it is returned. Again, the Void Spirit Astral Step mark, once that's applied, pop the Blade Mail. A lot of damage being returned. And perhaps that's the idea there, is to ensure you are that ready to fight. And that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that first big fight of the game. I mean, the first 2 games of the series, very active early on. We saw large kill numbers for both teams in both games. This time we're at 1 kill to 1 at minute 10. A very slow start to our game, but again, the tension is palpable. Both teams know one misstep can mean their tournament lives ending. Micro Fry is so bored of the stalemates, he's using his Obs Ward to farm the Dire Side jungle. And now PMA will walk into his jungle like, hey, why is there a Mirana in my jungle? Just taking my camps, they're both dead. But at that point, it is too late. If Micro Fry is paying very good attention, he would have seen that ward get placed, but... Oh my... actually missed the 1 kill that happened. Bottom lane. 4th just ran down fast with his familiars. Mid lane, meanwhile, Polo steps through looking for Nova, but Nova is looking to juke it out. Micro Fry has a Starstorm. Again, looking for that kill on Nova. The leap in, arrow, will hit, and that will be a death on the clockwork. Now 2 to Q in kill score. Both teams are working on towers. Visage will easily get the bottom T1 tower. Radiance perhaps might go for this mid T1 tower, but again, there is no progress quite yet. There will not be a siege. Instead, there is a gank, a Chronosphere on Vico. Chrono into Arrow into Splinter Blast. Flesh Canoe secures the kill, ensuring the Storm Spirit's game is bothered. However, the gold not going to Fat Sloth is a bit unfortunate. He certainly needed that gold. He is 6 out of 6 in net worth on the cores right now, but again, it's a very tight pack. a 600 gap from Sand King to Storm Spirit / Void at the bottom. And that is a major departure from the first two games. First two games, we saw a hero or two get way ahead or way behind in the laning phase. But this game, it's very even. 3 lanes drawn, everything's drawn. We're now looking towards the next set of big items. Sand King Blink is the one that comes to mind. He is 200 gold away from the Blink Dagger. On the flip side, Visage is going for his Wraith Pact. He is about 600 gold away from his. Radiant will look to play top. They want to kill PMA. Blade Mail activated. A little bit of passive damage on Clueless. PMA will escape. CB backs him up, and there will be no kill. However, in this time, we are seeing the bottom tier 2 get sieged. Fourth is using this slow period to get structural damage. Radiant commit harder to top lane. Dire do not see everything, but they're very suspicious. There's 4 heroes up here, now only 3. Sand King TP'd bot. But it is Polo, Microfry, and Flesh Canoe. All 3 have shown. Tower will get last hit by Void Spirit. Curse on 2. Spectre is high on HP. Arrow on CB. CB certainly will die. But will PMA? He has 18 wand charges. Step in by Polo. PMA is dropping. Ball in by Vico, looking to save. Goes for Mirana. Mirana is going to perish. Now a 1-for-1. Vico again, balls away. Ball in, ball out. Get a kill, get out. A 1-for-1 trade, but Radiant did get the T1 tower. Over to mid lane, Polo TP's in. DD rune still active. Wants the minute 14 rune, but will not get it. He rolled badly on the 1 and 2. Visage gets the haste rune instead. However, Nova, well, I'm not quite sure what he was doing on that one, but he was positioned very aggressively, perhaps looking to make a hookshot play on Polo instead. That did not work out. Hookshot was already on cooldown, and there will be no kill on Polo. So I mentioned that we were 200 gold from a Blink Dagger on Clueless. He has opted instead to go for Boots of Travel. That indicates that Radiant do not believe there will be that many fights going on. That Radiant are fine playing the farm game. Farming with BOTs on Sand King. Farming with the Midas and Mask on Faceless Void. And just, I guess, not farming on Polo. Polo's actually opted for a bit of an odd item build. He opted for the more standard, the more orthodox Witchblade build last game. This game, he is specifically itemizing to play into Storm. There is an Orchid on Polo. He is looking to capitalize on there being no defensive item on Vico. Vico has been silenced by Orchid, but a hookshot from Nova, and there's your save. Polo with the Simulate in place. We see a curse onto Omni the target. Nova is dead. PMA will haunt. The ball in by Vico. Looking for Polo. Polo is dead. Now 1-for-1 trade. Vico balls in further. Flesh Canoe embraced himself, but he now will have to embrace death. Blue will simply happy, but again, there's no Blink Dagger, so no good happy, but a Chronosphere on 3! Perfect from Fatsloth. The arrow on Vico. CB is dead, but Vico will survive. The Vortex on Fatsloth. The Familiars to stun. Fatsloth is dead. Now PMA has daggered Clueless. The Blade Mail activated. Clueless burrows away, but he will not save his life. In the long, sustained team fight, Moozy is crying, come out ahead. Big team fight win there. A lot of kills going their direction. And now Polo again steps in looking for Vico. Vico is silenced, but not quite dead. The Afterburn did not kill him. Vico escapes. Hookshot from Nova. Saving Private Vico. He gets away. It is at the cost of the life of Nova. But a good escape. And because of the T1 dying and these kills going in the direction of Moozy is crying, the economic state has improved dramatically. It was around a 4K lead. Yeah, we're seeing here. That is a 4K lead in Radiant's favor. It's now down to a 2k lead, so cut in half.
Dire's middle tower.
The XP, even as well, so that fight was very important for the momentum of Moozy is Crying. Toilet Jork do not care. They will posture aggressively anyways. They will occupy the Dire side jungle. Dire, for their parts, will not be there. They will play anywhere else. PMA plays bottom. Vico plays mid. And we are seeing a bit of a dodge. We are again waiting on some big
Tower is under
cooldowns. Spectre has Haunt in 60. Void has Chrono in 55. So similar cooldowns on the Chronosphere and the Haunts. Those are your very big cooldowns the carries are waiting on to contribute. Radiant Scan. They hit it. It is clockwork they hit it on. But again, we are back to waiting. We're chilling between the team fights right now, and as it currently stands, when we are between... Oh, hookshot in! But the counterplay is a two-man curse. Arrow is blocked by, I believe, a familiar. Now, fourth is being leaped on by Micro Fry. Dire will not kill Mirana quite yet, but now it's a silence on Storm. Polo wants to kill Epi. The blink. Burrow now there. But Vico gets away, saved by CB. Nova is dead. 1-for-1 trade. Good for Dire currently. Radiance have Chrono available. Chrono online. Used only on one. But in comes PMA haunting. Looking for Micro Fry. Micro Fry low. Fastloff is dead. Flesh Canoe is dead. Toilet Jork are collapsing in the team fight. Another big team fight for Vico. Clueless is in Sandstorm. Detection. There's a dust. Burrow. Blink Dagger. That's enough. Clueless will escape. So only 3 deaths on the side of Toilet Jork. But again, a disastrous team fight. Another nearly 2k net worth swing. And we're seeing it here. Radiance get their lead between the team fights. They're farming more of the map. When push comes to shove, not even the overwhelming combo of the Chrono, the Epi, and the Winter's Curse is enough to overpower this dire sustain. Visage is not dying. Omni-Knight is ensuring heroes like Storm are not dying. And again, you see Polo all in on this build, the Orchid build, to ensure he can kill the Storm, but when the clock is hooking in, when the Omni can purge, that is when things get dangerous. Because if you're all in on these jumps on Storm, and Storm is not dying, then things are not good. Polo will assimilate in place. Dire. Hookshot in. Storm. Ball. Vortex. Familiar stomps. Not even needed. Fourth gets an easy kill there on Polo. Polo. He got aggressive on his farm. And he got punished. And again, Polo has been a real big player in these playoffs. His first round series, he was certainly the MVP. So far in this series, probably the MVP. But game 3... unfortunately, this is the first game where Polo has been struggling. He's been struggling to make the Orchid build work so far. Bottom lane, team fight is coming, Epi available, and Dire appear to know it. And they're backing off. The tower is half HP, a little bit under that, and now Dire walk away. Polo, he has respawned on Void Spirit. But for now, there will be no more fighting. We are back to farming. Dire will see Sand King alone. Storm can ball in. Clueless is invis, but Storm has dust. But he will not ball in. Again, Dire. They are wary of fighting a bad team fight. They want a good team fight on their terms. Both carries, meanwhile, they are enjoying all the farm time that is occurring. PMA has a full Manta style. Fat Sloth has a Maelstrom. So again, I mentioned how he might not go for the Maelstrom because he had both the Midas and the Mask. He went for the Maelstrom anyways. A very greedy build, but again, if he does not have to fight then it is not a big concern. And again, there has been very little fighting so far. He'll go for the BKB as his 4th item instead of his 3rd item. Radiant will dodge. The tower remains about 2/5 HP right now. Dire are playing as 4, and it can be 5 with PMA's Haunt. Again, Clueless is playing under a Sentry Ward. I'm not sure if he knows that. Vico wants to jump. He's picking it out, ensuring the teammates are ready for the jump. Bucket Flare, and he jumps to the Wyvern instead. Wyvern, the bigger jump, hookshot, cancel epicenter. Flesh Canoe is dead, now Clueless. Oh, a good ball again from Vico. Morana is in danger. Dire are absolutely fine, and Fatsloth, that's the PMA. PMA solo kills Fatsloth somehow. Now Microfry gets away. He will use his leap charges. How in the hell did that happen? Back to bottom lane. Clueless is still... What did he die to? Fallen by Vico, but a burrow from Clueless. Epi again canceled. Curse on 3, but a save from CB. Guardian Angel activated. Vico low, not quite saved. Now Nova's man will die as well. Double kill for Clueless. Dire look for a counter kill. Familiars could not secure it. The escape by Clueless. Now 4th is new target. 4th will kill Clueless, but will be at the cost of his life perhaps. CB will apply Heavenly Grace, trying to keep him alive again. Visage is 1/3 HP. Trying to fight Polo. Polo is low. 4th is low. 4th will attempt some kind of soul assumption play. He has 6 charges of it. The familiars are stunning. Time walk in by Fatsloth, dilating 4th. Chronosphere this time on 2. PMA has used his dagger. Visage certainly will die, but Dire still want vengeance. They get Polo and now PMA, who has his Manta, may look for more. He sees Fatsloth, who he solo killed earlier at the Tri-Camp. PMA walks in, has dagger, but will now walk. How in the hell did PMA solo kill Fatsloth? Oh, I figured it out. He was he couldn't time walk probably because of the Mask of Madness. And then PMA just went in there, used the Manta, had the triple Desolate damage, and just killed him. That makes sense. Good heads-up play there from PMA. It's a shame there was a larger team fight going on in the bottom lanes. I wish I could have watched that solo kill. That was probably hilarious. Probably. But what can you do? Dire could potentially smoke in the near future, but they will not do it quite yet. Instead, they're going to run it Fatsloth. Fatsloth has the time walk. Ball in by Vico, off the mark. Now there's a Vortex, but a good Blink Curse will break up the Dire side initiation. Vico gets demolished, and now it's a Haunt. Looking for Fatsloth. Fatsloth gets embraced. Clueless with the epicenter, but again, CB will kill Fatsloth. Now 1-for-1. Correction, a 2-for-1. Polo still wants to fight, has one more astral step, but he's lost 2 core teammates. Both Fatsloth and Clueless are dead. The remainder of Radiance will back off, having lost the team fight, but at least gotten a kill on Storm.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
If you're wondering what time it is, by the way, it is BKB time. There are BKBs being bought on a lot of different heroes. Fatsloth is very close to his. Clueless, very close to his. Polo is not buying one quite yet, actually, but Storm is buying one. And on top of... Actually, it's only 3 BKBs. Oh, I say only for a reason, because usually you see more than that, but again, only 3 BKBs this game. A relatively low quantity. I'm sure if we get to like a real late game scenario, then the Void Spirit will buy one. The Spectre might buy one. But currently, only 3. Radiant around the Roshan pit right now, but as it currently stands, we are not seeing a Roshan attempt. We're seeing more farming. That has been the overwhelming trend of the game. A lot of farming. And it will not stop anytime soon. Again, Radiant in general this game have done better at split farming than Dire. But despite that, because of the team fights, the net worth is ending up, again, around that 2K mark. The 2K mark is where it is settled, and it's gone up and down more or less around that sort of 2K difference since minute 10. Dire have smokes if they want to use them. One on Nova, one on CB. As it currently stands, we are not seeing Smoke Gang play. We are seeing mostly farming on the 3 cores.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We see a bit of an illusion bait there. A successful one, I might add. Forced out the Orchid from the Void Spirits, though of course that is a relatively low cooldown, not the biggest deal in the world. All cooldowns are available, with the lone exception being that Visage Familiar Re-Summon, which is available in 35. Radiant Moonlight Shadow. Step in, Orchid on Omni, a good target to find. PMA will haunt, but CB has been lost. The trade? No trade quite yet. The curse on PMA. Fallen by V-Kill, but a Chronosphere on 3, a perfect Chrono perhaps. Storm is low, in comes Epi, down goes V-Kill with one more bash. The Epi, the Burrow is in, Polo is down, but the trade is for 4th Gorlingus. And now PMA and Nova are going to attempt to run away, but I don't think either can. Nova is dead, and PMA, the lone survivor, has been Burrow-stricken and brought down. That's a full 5-man wipe, a 5 for 2, heavily in favor of Toilet Jork. And again, that is the exact fight you need there, if you are Toilet Jork. A lot of gold for your Sand, a lot of gold for your Faceless Void. And now, for the first time in this game, the net worth lead has really been broken wide open. It's now up to a 6K margin, which again isn't the biggest lead in the world, but it's by far the largest we have seen this game. Radiant will assume some map control in this sort of area here around the Roshan pits. Again, there's already a ward right here. However, we have seen no tier 2s die, so again, no outpost will be taken. It is minute 30, neither team has really gone into the Roshan pit quite yet. We may see it soon. I hope we see it soon, I might add. But for the time being, we are returning to our regularly scheduled agriculture. That is what we are... God damn it. We are paused. Apparently, we have a case of needing to go to the bathroom. We had a long delay between games 2 and 3 to have a bathroom break. Apparently, we are in need of more bathroom break. What can you do? Apparently, it's not Polo this time, which again is nice, because Polo was part of the delay last time, so we are chilling. I believe this is our 3rd pause of the series. I believe every game has had exactly 1 pause. Don't quote me on that one. But that seems correct. And it certainly seems correct. when we resume from the pause, again, both teams have smokes available. Mirana has Moonlight Shadow in 8 seconds. Chronosphere is available in 46. Haunt is available in 43. Those are the two big cooldowns we are going to be waiting for. But for now, farming. We are again at the precipice of some very large items being purchased. Mostly on the Dire side. Radiant have really gotten their last round of items finished. See, now they got Dire aren't really close. Actually, they got their Blink on Omni Knight, so I guess they have their last round of items finished as well. We're currently waiting on Visage, perhaps to get the Saw Cross, but nobody's that close to a big item, so perhaps it's fight time again. And we're seeing some really big items in these quick buys, but nothing that is that close to being purchased, so maybe it's time for some more team fighting. Hopefully. And not 5 more minutes of farming. I actually can't laugh that hard because that might happen. Bottom lane, Epi from Clueless, looking for a solo kill on Vico. Vico is low on HP and is forced to BKB. Vico already used his only dust he purchased, and he will ball away. Dire will not get Clueless. Clueless will TP away towards the top lane. He's low on mana, but he does not care. He wants to go anyways with his team. It's a 4-man smoke. Dire smoke S2. Radiant are aware Storm has no BKB. It's currently on cooldown. And perhaps that is why we are going. With no Storm BKB, Radiant can force an engagement. And that engagement will be around the Roshan pit. Arrow on Roshan. That Sloth and Clueless will hit it. Nova has scouted it. Roshan is half HP and dropping rapidly. Dire, if they want to contest, need to move fast. Storm is the ideal tool to jump in. Haunt from PMA. Scouting it out. He'll go on in, looking for the Aegis. Chronosphere round 3. Ball in. Who gets the Aegis? It's still on the floor. Oh my lord. Dire, dying curves on 2. Guardians will fast level. Grab it. Polo is dead. Absolute chaos. Fathoff has lost the Aegis. He returns to life. Vico balls in, finding Clueless. Clueless will perish. Crazy team fight there. Nova will be forced to BKB. He's a BKB. Huh. He's fine. Again, Dire, they got the last hit on Roshan. It's a lot of gold there with the Roshan last hits. They got 2 kills, and Radiant lost the Aegis. So Radiant really got nothing from that. And during all that, the Visage killed the T2 tower bottom lane. So it's a big loss there for Toilet Jork. Somehow, even though they've lost pretty much every single team fight in the game, they're still up by 5k gold, which is honestly kind of impressive. So I guess in that case, we'll be headed back to farming. If every time Dire fights, they win the game, Radiant will not want to fight anymore, so we're going to be waiting on Radiance to get their next set of items. That Sloth has finished his Mjolnir. Hedaforce Scotty. Polo is about to buy his full Aghanim Scepter. Mirana has a full Ags. Hedafor Dagon. And that, as far as I can tell, is the anti-Spectre tech, where, again, either with the Haunt Illusion or with the Shadow Step with Ags Illusion, you zap that with the Dagon, it one-shots the illusion, you save the life of Mirana. Maybe. Flash Canoe has Blink and Glimmer Cape, head into Aeon Disc. Sand King, he's been at points in this game #1 in net worth. He has Vanguard, BKB, Lotus Blink, Travels. He's farming up a storm right now. Meanwhile, on the Dire side, PMA has finished his Basher. He's going for the Aghanims a bit later than other Spectres often do. But when he has that Ags time, it'll be his 5th item. He'll be a very strong man. Storm Spirits has Aeon Disc, also headed into that Aghanim Scepter. Clockwork is headed for a Bloodthorn, a really interesting build here, but again, it is the go in and do things build from Nova here. Fourth Year Lingus has a Wraithback, Boots of Bearing, Assault Cuirass, head into Hex, recognizing, hey, my team doesn't have that much lockdown, I will now be the lockdown. Omni Knights. He's poor. He doesn't have items. But you know what? He's doing his job. He has a Blink Dagger. He can get in range to use spells, all as well. Bottom lane, Dire will attempt to kill Clueless. A very hard kill. The dust was missed. Clueless blinks another good blink away. Another good burrow, but it will not matter. Dire have way too much chase for a Sand King to escape. The one way out was hypothetically a BKB into TP, but when there's a clock hook to penetrate that one, it's a hard play to make. So now Dire, bold hook shot in, looking for Micro Fry. A good leap reaction on that one. It could be high ground time. They are down 5k gold, but they do not care. Flesh Canoe has a Winter's Curse. Can go for it. He's waiting for the right opportunity. Top lane, Polo is there. Brought the wave all the way into the high ground. Now I believe Dire... Okay, Dire did not see Flesh Canoe barely at the edge of that Rocket Flare vision. He's patient. And then they now see the Wyvern. That is unfortunate for Flesh Canoe. He blinks in, looks for the curse, could not find it. T3 Tower now dies. Fallen by Storm. But a good glimmer reaction from Flesh Canoe. He will not die. And again, Dire got what they came for. They wanted the tower. They got the tower. They are now going to leave. Dire, group entirely as 5. Moozy is crying. Again, they've been the better team fighting team this game. They are ready for more team fights. Inversely, Toilet Jork have been the better split farming team this game. Fatsloth plays the top lane. We saw recently, Clueless died on his split farming, so we're seeing Fatsloth begin to play a little more cautiously, not necessarily pushing as far as he was in other games this series. It is tier 4 neutral item time. Top lane. There was an attempt on Vico with Sand King and Void. It did not work. Fatsloth could not get the Chronosphere off in time. And unlike last game, did not want to use it on no target, so he we'll be fine with that. That is the finished Ags on Spectre. We likely are headed, yes, we are headed for the Abyssal Blade next. And that's when things get scary. You Shadow Step in, you Abyssal, you Manta, you do a lot of damage. You're going to likely either need a save or an Aeon Disc to not die to that this game at this point. We're looking at tier 4 neutrals. Dire have all 5. Again, we see a lot of them in inventories right now. Telescope on Omni. Spell Prism on the 4th Visage. Relic, Timeless Relic on the Storm. The Trickster's Cloak on Spectre. That's a big one right there. Also seeing the Ags finished on Storm. On the Radiant side again. Witchbane on Fatsloth. The Spell Prism on Polo. The Aesthetics Cap on Marana, and the Ninja Gear. Wait, we have 2 items on Fatsloth. Okay. Here's a man rocking 2 tier 4 neutrals, Ninja Gear and Witchbane. Which means we'll see the Timeless Relic go to Sand King, and the Blast Rig stay on the Wyvern. The Wyvern, again, he's in the position. Oh wait, there we go. Blink in Curse on Visage and Familiars. Arrow from long range. Hookshot on Polo. Dire will attempt to kill Void Spirit. The Vortex in, but again, then brace to save Polo. Polo still dies. Void Spirit has fallen, and Radiant will retreat. The remainder of the side of Toilet Jork. Never mind, they are not fine. With Micro Fry is going to die. He short-range arrows PMA, but he even hits the small camp, accepting his death. That's Void Spirit dead and a Mirana on top. A 2-for-0 win there for Moozy is Crying. Mid lane, hook shot missed by Nova. Batsloth to time walk away, and he will escape. Nova went for the big play there, but again, the angle was not ideal. He could not get the stun through to stun the Void. So you know what that means.
Tower is under attack.
We are back to two things. One, farming. Two, Visage Familiars hitting towers. Speaking of the latter, the mid T2 is dead. Shadow Step, top lane, ball in by Storm. AoE Vortex is perfect, and he's tanking as well on its blink in. Now Void will get Lotus Orbed. Hook shot in from Nova, perfectly on Clueless. The detection was not there, and Clueless, oh, he TP's away. Nico, low on mana, balls away, Orchid on CB, Remnant misses. And somehow, we see both the circus of beautiful plays and the comedy of errors converge. Both teams make some big, huge plays. Both teams make key errors. Nobody dies. Again, a beautiful Vortex from Vico, catching Sand King on the burrow. If you do not catch him on that burrow, that could be a two-man burrow on Spectre and Storm into a Chronosphere turn. Instead, it's a situation where nobody dies. We see a couple of item cooldowns, notably the BKB on Sand King expended, but again, it's been a relatively slow game, all game. A bit of a departure from some of the games we've had this playoffs, even the other two games in this series, but you know, when you are in this best of three, game 3 elimination, you do not want to make the errant mistakes. You do not want to be the one making the misplays. Both teams have been very patient, waiting for the right opportunities, the right pickoffs, the right team fights, the right items. We are now back from our second pause of the game. Both teams are looking at that second Roshan now, around the middle of the road respawn, I believe, if memory serves. Actually, never mind, correction. It's a very long respawn, because this is, it's towards the end of the clock there, so it's definitely, a later Roshan spawn. Around 10:30, if not longer than that. So again, a bit of a long respawn time on Rosh. It is minute 42, and the second Roshan is not respawn. That's how slow this game has been. Dire will rocket flare and scan Roshan. Again, Roshan's still not here. Batsloth is smoked up with his ninja gear. The Dire scan, I believe, gave away if there was a smoke there. I'm not sure if they exactly know there was a smoke, so I'm not sure how much vision that rocket flare gave there, but they are aware that something is up. Dire, smoke is 3, Spectre, Storm, Omni Knights. Looking at Dire vision, they see nothing. Looking at Radiant vision, they see Spectre and a rocket flare. Roshan, at long last, has respawned. And our second Roshan of the game is in play. I believe that is our 6th Roshan of the series, maybe the 5th Roshan. It's hard to keep track at hour 4 that we're on right now, but 6 sounds about right. So we see PMA making one of the few bold plays of Game 3. He has opted for the Abyssal Blade over buyback. So he is now in position to make the game-winning play with the Abyssal Blade, or potentially make the game-losing feed without buyback. Over in the trees, Vico looked for Polo. Polo got away. Vortex did not hit. As a result, Polo survives. It is a good data farm, but now the net worth lead has turned into a 0 net worth lead. It's a little bit less than 1k for the Radiant at this point, but again, we saw earlier in the game, Radiant were winning the farm game. Now, they are no longer winning the farm game. Chronosphere on 4th Urlingus. Here we go, the damage is enough, but in comes... No, the Chronosphere! The curse! A disastrous dump from Vico! His Aeon Disc is popped, PMA haunts Envisage, buys back Dire, want to win this fight, and they find at least 1 kill on Wyvern, and they move perhaps to Polo, but that losses BKB, running in time, locking in Hex on Polo. That's now his Aeon Disc, PMA Blade Mail, fighting Sand King will BKB, burrowing through, hitting 1, silence on Vico, purged by CB, now Vortex on Polo, Polo is dead! A big kill on Polo. Now Fat Sloth has been daggered. The Dire will chase. Is there a bash from PMA? His Abyssal in 6. Hookshot. Blocked by PMA. And in the end, it cost the buyback on the Visage. But it was certainly worth it. That's 3 kills. 2 core kills. Over 2k gold in Dire Saber. And most importantly, it is the second Roshan of the game. The Aegis and the Shard. Both going to... The Aegis going to 4th, the Shard going to... Where's it going? PMA maybe? Nova maybe? Where's it going? It's in the backpack of the man with Shard. Maybe it's going to Storm. Maybe that's why it's in backpack. He's waiting for Storm, perhaps. Speaking of Storm, Storm is a regen rune. He can begin to get to his team. His team is currently taking high grounds. Bottom lane, Curse. On 1. And only 1. And Familiars. Arrow. Unfortunate Manta from PMA. There was a 2 in 3 chance he would not get stunned by that arrow, but he rolled the 1 in 3 in the Manta. PMA will Shadow Step to break the blink on Wyvern, even though there is no Curse. Ball in, finding Fat Sloth. He will not get the BKB off in time. He's dead on Baseless Void. Polo steps in. But he's bashed by PMA. The Cogs knockback. Dissimulate away. Dire. They smell the blood in the water. Where is the Shard, by the way? Have we found where the Shard went? It is on the floor. And then we'll go to Storm. Okay. So now, Moozy is Crying are up 1 set of barracks. T3 ranged melee racks all taken. And they want more. They have the Aegis. They know they are strong. And they know Radiant have to use buybacks if they want to defend. Balling by Vico. Vortex on Sand King. Aeon on Storm is popped. PMA haunts in for Wyvern. Wyvern embraces himself. PMA is very deep. Sand King BKB. Burrow on Spectre. Spectre is very tanky. Polo has a remnant, but Chronosphere on Storm! The Guardian Angel does not save! Vico is dead with no buyback. Radiant hunt for more. Polo loses Aeon Disc. Nova loses life. Stun on Polo. Polo incredibly low, but can dissimulate again. The remnant on Visage. Spectre, the cursed target. The burrow on Spectre. Spectre is going to die. 2 extremely major kills. 1 on PMA, 1 on Vico. It cost a buyback on Faceless Void, but perhaps a buyback well used, because in exchange, they can now run it. Where's their wave? Where are their creeps? Oh, they're here. That's not good at all. They don't have the creeps. They can now run it on the mid lane, but perhaps not fast enough to force out a buyback from PMA. Certainly Storm is going to be alive, and perhaps Storm being alive with the threat of Spectre will dissuade Toilet Jork from going for big plays. Or no, they want pickoffs, but they won't get them. 4th Sensed something was up. May have seen something on the obs ward. A Radiant move top lane where the creep wave is. Storm is alive in 20. Spectre has buyback, but no Haunt. Haunt is up in 40 seconds. T3 top is half HP. Hex on Void Spirit. Radiant are dying. Storm is alive in 3 seconds. Toilet Jork were not able to get anything of value from the buyback on Faceless Void. They defended their base to an extent. They got some kills. They've regained the net worth lead, but again, down a Rax, and now down a buyback on your Faceless Void is very tense. Fat Sloth needs to be very, very careful. Him dying here will mean possibly an elimination straight up for Toilet Jork. And he will sit in base. It is base sitting time. Aegis is still there for 45 more seconds. Visage will use it to grab the top T1 tower. Oh my. You will easily get the top T1 tower at that. And his team will rendezvous towards the Radiant sidetrack camp. Smoked up his 3. Looking at Dire Vision, they see Polo. Polo has a buyback. Everyone but Fourth and Fat Sloth have a buyback at that. Shadow Step on Mirana. Mirana gets annihilated by by Nova and PMA. Meanwhile, Fourth, speaking of Fourth, killed the top T2 tower. So now, T3 is half HP. Dire, disengage. The Aegis has been lost, and now for a minute 50, the Visage does not have buyback. But they're not waiting around. A 4-man smoke. Everybody but Spectre on the inside, looking for a big kill. Again, Faceless Void is the biggest kill, but he is not showing it anywhere dangerous. Dire see Void Spirit and Sand King. They will go on neither. Dire have not seen Void in a while. He's playing Radiant Jungle. I'm not sure they know that. I'm guessing they don't know that. Courier has been spotted. Bat Sloth, the target. Lincoln's pop. Familiar stun. The chain lockdown. Oh no, Bat Sloth. That is a dieback. And if you are a Toilet Jork fan, you are crying out in agony right now. The worst case scenario. The carry is dead for over 2 minutes. And Moozy is crying. They have to know it. They have to know the buyback is still on cooldown. They are going to force high ground. Arrow. Will not hit. Oh, Polo cut the creep wave! Big play from Polo! Again, there are no creeps middle lane. The creeps bottom are coming, but they're not there yet. He's buying time for that Sloth to respawn. He's up in 80 seconds. 1/3 of the death timer has been lost. Nova will overclock. He wants to go in. He's rocket flaring to give equilibrium. In the bottom lane, the creeps now arrive. Again, Polo looks to cut the top wave, but he's too late. There are already creeps top. Ball in. Finds Clueless. Clueless will get saved by a one-man curse into an arrow on Vico. Aeon does pop. PMA jumps on in, but instead it's Vico. Manfraggle Clueless. Polo looks at the backlines. Dire forces Vico beyond Clockwork. Not Clueless again. Walks away. PMA Vico. They chase but cannot kill Sand King. Neither team loses any heroes, but the T3 is still dead. Void is up in 43 more seconds. Dire want melees. Polo steps in, silencing onto the Epi, the Burrow. What a huge Guardian Angel. Hookshot stuns onto Sand King. Void Spirit, they're trying to fight. Vico is low. Polo is low. Who will die? Both spirits are dead. Clueless will get eviscerated by PMA. Both spirits buy back. Clueless on the run. Polo steps in. The damage, it's moderate, but not quite enough. Flesh Canoe gets hexed by Fourth. Nova will attempt to allow his team to retreat. He is okay with dying if he must. Polo steps in. The Remnant misses. Dissimulate hits the arrow. It's long enough. and that will be a death on Nova. He has buyback. Buildings have been lost, but notably, barracks have not been lost. The melees, they stand strong. That Sloth has rejoined the world of the living. Again, you would evaluate the situation as being favorable for Moozy is Crying. They won the last fights. One can argue, but again, they lost their opportunity to punish Fat Sloth's lack of buyback. And we are now at the footstep of a third Roshan. This time it's an early Roshan respawn. Again, Polo. You have to mention his big creep cutting. Killed the wave mid, forced them top. I believe killed the wave top as well, is ruining the ability for Dire to go high ground. As Polo, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Big time players make big time plays, and Polo is playing the playoffs of his life, and he wants, nay, needs to win this game. He needs the season to continue right now. Third Roshan is alive. What is in the Roshan pit? It is a Roshan holding an Aegis, a cheese, and an Aghanim's scepter. Again, there are lots of good Ags right now that have not been purchased. Looking at Radiance, Faceless Void comes to mind, but again, Wyvern also could be quite good to pair with the Chrono. Looking at Dire, they will have to go to Omni Knights, or they'll have to sell an Ags to consume a free Ags. Personally, I would give it to Omni Knights. Again, the Global Guardian Angel changes CB's game immensely. Rocket Flare will scout. Dire are aware of what is going on. Radiant do not care. Dire have great long-range jump, of course. There's your haunts to scout. Roshan, half HP, clock, hunts for an angle, has overclocking. He is still scouting. Roshan 1/3 HP. Dire no longer have vision. Pull gets a double damage room. Both mids still do not have buyback. Ball in by Vico. But the Sparrow! The curse! A perfect lockdown! Roshan again! The Chronosphere! Deathlock! He's hitting! Flesh-Canoe is dead! Roshan, who gets it? It's on the floor again! PMA gets it this time! Oh no! Fat Sloth again dies! This time has buyback! It's chaos in the pit! CB, dead, clueless, low, Burrow, away! He's trying to save! He'll blink to the high ground. Vico is low on mana, clueless! The TP away just in time. Again. We've seen it multiple times this series. Utter chaos in the pits. In this time, it is PMA who will secure the Aegis. We saw it the first Roshan again. It was on the floor for a long time before Fat Sloth got it this time. He did not get it. Looking at buybacks again, both teams are now down one more buyback. Wyvern and Omni have used their arrows. PMA will Manta, but again, he loses the 1 and 3. Yes, he loses the 2 and 3. A Burrow as well. On Spectre, the Dagon for damage. The break is in. Spectre, it's actually unironically dying. Epicenter for damage. Abyssal on Sand King. PMA will lose Aegis quite soon, but meanwhile, Vico balls in for Clueless. Not Clueless, for Microfry. Microfry will die. Aegis is lost. Mirana buys back. Nova, hook shots in. Dire, kill the middle racks. PMA returns. Curse. It's on 2. It will kill Nova, I believe. CB tries to actually, he will save him with the heal. Now again, a Vortex on Mirana. Break on Storm. His Aeon has been lost. PMA again will Shadow Step in. Looking for more. He'll Manta. Fourth, touching for the Throne Bird. Oh, that. Whoa, fourth Eurolingus. Almost pulled a fast one on the Radiant team. Certainly pulled a fast one on me. Holy, what in the hell happened to that throne? So fourth year Lingus said, you know what, I am entirely uninterested in engaging in the team fight. There was so much chaos. He went from taking the mid-racks to going for tier 4 and going for throne. He nearly got away with it. Look at this throne. It is very injured. And that would have been one, big play from their big-time offlaner, fourth year Lingus right there. Another pause. Who in the hell is at your door at 12:30? It is 12:30 in the evening. Who's at your door, CB? This, oh, shoot, where did the eggs go? Can't believe we have another pause. I cannot believe we have another pause. At minute 58. It is, this game is absurd. And there is no other way to describe this game other than absurd. We are back from our third pause of the game, and again, Radiant are down a lot of key resources. Statslav, again, used another buyback. Polo does not have buyback. Flash Canoe does not have buyback. Micro Fry does not have buyback. Again, buybacks. They are not here unless you are Sand King. Sand King has buyback. However, Dire also, again, only have 2 buybacks. One on Visage, who is still dead, and one on Clockwork. Speaking of Clockwork, he's just chilling right now, playing some real Tree Man Dota. Radiance, half a wave top. Again, may look to fights. May look to force out a buyback. Polo TP's in. Radiant go mid lane. They again have a wave coming in mid lane as well. Here we go. Dire to Glyph. It will kill one wave. But backdoor again will be lost when the mid wave comes in, if the mid wave can get all the way in. T3 is dead. That's Slopless Killbits. Dire. Get another Glyph and use it. Long ball from Vico. Oh, it kills the entire top wave. And mid blade died as well. Oh no. The creeps. They are not here. Radiant will disengage. PMA will haunt. He haunts inverted haunt in 2. He haunted all the way into the top line lane sort of area. Curse is now there only on 1. That's Chronosphere. He breaks Spectre. Storm balls in. A huge 3-man Vortex. Where's the Chrono? He's locked down. Bigamy not there in time. He's embraced currently by Flesh Canoe. Clueless finds Omnia, but a Guardian just there in time. Currently a 2-for-1 Bathloff could not get anything off. He was chain stunned. And oh no, for Toilet Jork. This fight is a disaster. Snappy on 2. Polo will attempt the salvage. Close will TP away. He will get away. But Polo will not be so lucky. There are 4 heroes dead. And all 4 do not have buyback. And that right there, barring a truly miraculous base defense, is going to be the game. Clueless blinks in, trying to kill the creep wave, knowing it is the only play he can make. He will now use his buyback. That is the last buyback committed. Again, it's a 1v4 defense. He'll set up the Sandstorm. It's Sand King against the world, and the world will likely win. Epi on cooldown. BKB on cooldown. Professor on cooldown. And Throne is under attack. The wave has siege units, and our Throne will die. Moozy is crying. We'll advance to the top 6. And the Cinderella season for Toilet Jork will end. Game 3 was certainly a slow burn, but by the end, it delivered. A 3.5 hour best of 3. Moozy is crying. They will advance, of course. And for Toilet Jork, it was a good season. But unfortunately for them, it has come to an end. Bit of a wild one. Again, a very a very interesting back and forth affair. But in the key clutch engagements, it was Moozy's crying who came out ahead. The Roshan fights in general were all in their favor. We saw two different Roshans. The first Roshan and the third Roshan. They were Roshans being taken by Toilet Jork, but ultimately ended up being teamfight wins for Moozy crying. The first one, Fatsloff lost the Aegis, Polo and Clueless lost their lives. The third Roshan's even worse. Again, Aegis went to PMA, Radiant lost, I believe, 3 heroes. And those two engagements were probably the difference. At a certain point, what can you do? That is it for this round of playoffs. We are done for the evening. I will be back for some more lads casting soon, I'm sure. Don't quite know when. Whenever some series get scheduled, I will be back. If you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, if you want to hire me for your DPC or pro events, either to pair with Logical or with an analyst of your choosing, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/badger02, or on Discord, badger5713. And that'll be it. I'm gonna raid Karan again, I think, because why not? But for tonight, congratulations to Moozy Crying on their 2-1 victory. Commiserations to Toilet Jork on their elimination. Thank you again to the viewers for tuning on in. Thank you for watching, and have a great night.